Hello, welcome back to Just Casting. You're with me, Kyle.
Dave.
And Jose.
And Pat's here also.
Yes, he is. And our good buddy Jared, where are you calling in from today?
I'm calling in from Fort Lauderdale, watching an amazing hockey game right now.
Oh.
What year?
Current year.
Oh.
The game is live, going on as we speak.
Oh, okay.
Which game in question would that be?
Anaheim and the Florida Panthers.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, I watched the Florida Panthers recently.
How was that?
I went to a Ranger
That's right. You went to a live
Panther game the other day.
Did the Panthers beat the Rangers?
No, Rangers won 4-3. But
Oh, okay.
I had unbelievable seats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, section 3, row 3, seat 3.
Oh,
A
wow.
lot of threes.
Yeah, literally there was 2 rows in front of me and then there was the ice.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah,
Cool.
It
Did
was,
any blood splatter on like the plastic, like windows?
Did you get a little poncho?
for blood.
Well,
For the splash
a
zone?
blood poncho.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
was
blood
like, what the
for
fuck do you need
teeth.
a poncho for?
I wonder if modern day gladiator games would give you blood ponchos.
Oh, they probably did.
They have modern day gladiator games, like American Gladiator or something. Not with like tigers or whatever. Like, with rough
Yeah,
swords.
but
so
they're
not
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm not talking about MMA. I'm talking about where people stab each other.
Yeah. That's a very different type of thing right there.
Well, people sat pretty far away from the arena, didn't they? Like,
Yeah, but they wouldn't.
you weren't
now.
like on
Jared,
the
you can literally
glass.
go back and tell us.
Yeah, you should go let us know that.
Okay, that's being noted.
but you know, if they did it these days, there would be like front row seats that rich people would sit on, like hovering over, so you could get a bird's eye view of it,
Nice.
Just
That'd be pretty sick. In more ways than one.
or like the seat like behind the lion cage, so you could see the lion come out. Like,
Oh god.
That would be a thing.
Yeah. You can feel like the lion's breath, like from where you're sitting.
or what about like a covering balcony that just follows the action around the arena?
well, we don't have hovering things, Jared. Let's not be silly.
Not yet.
Are you implying something, sir?
I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe
He's
some
not
people should get
implying,
thinking.
he's hinting.
I'm just saying, invest in Microsoft. Things happen.
God.
Things happen.
Funny thing that happened, well, not funny for you guys, kind of like just annoying for me. Like, I recently got accepted to write free article submissions on this website, What Culture, that focuses on like film, television, comic book articles. It's a non-profit thing, but it's just cool to get writing out there.
Yeah.
So I submitted a sample article. They approved it, and they gave me a username, which is just my name, and a password to like sign into the administration
Oh,
area.
please tell me you forgot the password.
No, I had the password just fine.
Please tell me it's cum butter.
And yeah, it's fine. So I put in the username and password, and the login page just won't log me in. I'll like manually type in the password, I'll copy and paste the password, and no matter what I do, the password and username that the administrator gave me in the email just won't sign me into What Culture. So I'm just like, it's like that skit in Family Guy where like Lois's dad is adopting the little orphan boy, and like he's about to get in the car, but he like locks the door on the orphan thing. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, like I wrote the article, I got approved, but now I can't get in because of this bureaucratic red tape. But luckily, like the administrator got back to me this morning, gave me new password, and it logged in successfully. So
Well, that's good.
I was just like stressed out about that because like that would have been such a bummer if like I
Yeah.
got like
If
held
they were
back.
just kidding the whole time.
Yeah,
It's just-
exactly.
Right.
It's just how they get their kicks.
This isn't a password. You just typed a bunch of numbers and letters.
This kid actually thinks he could write with us.
We're gonna take kids who are trying to break through and get them on the brink of success, and then just squash their dreams.
Nice.
It's just secretly run by like billionaires that just do this every day.
Pretty much. Like I was watching that movie, and it's weird. I was watching the full. I've seen like bits and pieces of it over the years, but this is the first time I watched like the full movie. It was on IFC last night. I watched all of Eyes Wide Shut, also known as Kubrick's Last
Yeah.
Stand. But
Right.
it was good. Like I want to go to I want to be rich. I mean, you think the book Great Gatsby will make you hate rich people? Like this movie's like apparently rich people have these giant
The
like
orgy parties.
Illuminati like fancy ass orgy parties.
Yeah.
Sounds
But,
fun.
wow.
It was definitely a Kubrick movie, though. It's not like it's not as crazy as Clockwork Orange or groundbreaking as Space Odyssey, but it's definitely worth checking out if you love Kubrick's style and everything.
All right then. Good to know.
Yep.
I mean,
Speaking of movies and weird styles,
Yeah,
Were
that's
we
like-
doing this already? Were we going?
Wait,
into
whoa, whoa,
Thor?
whoa, 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 whoa! Just for the record, I actually haven't seen Thor
Oh,
yet.
are you kidding me?
That's not cool.
Dude, it's gonna be this weekend. I got tied up with a lot of things this past weekend.
Well, you're
Oh
good.
wait, we're talking about Thor too. Oh.
What
I don't know. No.
What?
No.
That was an awful attempt at a joke, and you should be ashamed.
Hang your head in shame, Dave.
But yeah, I'm disappointed in you, Jared. You get an F for the day.
I know. No, I don't deserve an F. I sat through Final Crisis.
Well, you deserve an F for not
Right.
taking my opinion on Final Crisis.
I bought it. It was an impulse buy because
Jared, what
Infinite
did you
Crisis
think
was
of Final
so good.
I mean,
What
did you
did you
just
think?
like it because it just didn't make sense, or were you just like me, who
Well,
did not that I disliked it, just that I was just completely baffled because I didn't know what the hell was
Vampire
going on.
monitors.
Well,
Batman's a
not
caveman
to-
now.
That was like,
I texted Kyle today with my official statement. There were scenes and parts that were kind of good and even kind of cool, but overall it was just
Yeah,
weird
there
as
were
hell.
some good. The one moment I really liked a lot in Final Crisis was like the one issue where it just shows Darkseid what happened like during like the time gap and like Darkseid taking over and it's just like Darkseid slowly taking over Dan. I think his name is Dan Turpin. Dan
Yeah.
Turpin's body. And then, like, the last page is, like, but now Darkseid fully transformed, just, like, giving the thumbs down sign and everything.
Right,
but,
yeah.
you know, even though that was cool, I also hate that because why are the new gods possessing people?
Yeah, that, like, threw me off, too. Like, I always thought they were just normal physical people. I didn't know they were, like, ghosts who could all of a sudden possess people.
Yeah,
It didn't make-
Jared, can you tell us the plot of Final Crisis? Can you
nobody
describe
can
it?
do that.
You let him
That's
try.
an impossible
You let him
task.
try.
That's not fair.
My eardrum
Well-
explode tonight.
I can't describe to you the plot. I can't even begin.
This is
I
the
can
trials
tell
of
you
Hercules. You can't ask
that
someone to do
Trials
that.
of Hercules.
Wait,
I can tell you that part of why Barry Allen came back, I think, I can tell you that Batman out of nowhere got zapped and died because he shot Apocalypse with some
There's a
bullet.
magic
I don't know
bullet
how
thing.
where he
That can go
developed
back
that
in
bullet
time.
either. Like they didn't go over that at all.
And even though he was not in the book almost at all, he just
Right.
pops up at the
Well,
very end to be like, "I
he
got you, Darkseid." Oh no,
he
you
was
got me.
MIA, right? And he shows up and he's like hurt, like he's in terrible
Yeah,
shape.
It's a
Like,
lot
only-
of homework. You have to read
Yeah.
tight issues of Morrison's Batman, and you have to read his Mr. Miracle part in the mini-series Seven Soldiers from a few years ago that, like, it's sort of like the pilot episode to, like, Final Crisis.
The pilot episode of
I-
Final Crisis.
Well, Pat, I'm going to be totally honest
did
with
not
you.
get
After
a
reading
full
Final
season
Crisis,
pickup.
I'm definitely not going to read that.
Yeah,
Well, no, but see, those are probably better because
Yeah.
Morrison is good at doing his own thing, doing little runs of things. Like that's what he excels at. When you
Yeah.
give him a giant universe-spanning like thing to do, he goes batshit crazy.
It was like
yeah,
when-
like Batman, R.I.P.
it was like when...
no, that is a little thing. That I consider that way better than Final Crisis.
Yeah, it's definitely way better than Final Crisis. But,
Okay,
uh,
all right.
It's
Here,
still
here's
crazy.
It's like
crazy, but better crazy.
It's like David Lynch directing Dune, you know? It was like a summer blockbuster by an avant-garde director. It just doesn't, mesh well.
That's an accurate comparison. Good job, Pat.
That's what I do. It's why I'm here.
my dark side thumbs up. All right. All right. Here's I'm gonna attempt to spit out this synopsis right now in
No,
like
Jared, I was kidding.
30 seconds.
I was
No,
kidding.
30 seconds. I'm gonna
Yeah.
attempt.
All right,
okay?
try.
So basically, no, I can't.
No, no. I thought
Stuff happens.
Things explode.
Things explode. There's the new gods, and
Mary Marvel becomes a hoe.
Yeah, that was
There's a
weird.
giant tiger.
Well,
It
there's a
was
giant tiger.
Final Crisis, for all its confusingness, it was still like way, way better than Countdown to Final Crisis.
No, it's different. Countdown was just boring, and
Countdown
nothing
was
happened.
Boring and bad. Like Final Crisis was just indecipherable.
I actually downloaded all 52 issues of the Countdown to Final Crisis, and I read the first one, and it was just so terrible, I just skipped ahead.
I don't mind the Red Hood Donna Troy stuff.
That's fine. The idea of them going around to the parallels was cool, but it's the
I love they go to where they actually find Ray Palmer because the whole thing is looking for Ray
Yeah.
Palmer because he's the key to stopping it, even though he does nothing.
They were just like, hey, Ray Palmer's been gone since Identity Crisis.
We should probably get him back.
Yeah.
But I love they found him on an Earth that basically the Justice League caught all the bad guys, and they retired, and he's just living. The Ray Palmer of that world died somehow, so he just took that person's place. He's just living, hanging out with Barry and elongated, like all their friends.
Bob the
chilling.
Monitor.
Yeah, Bob the Monitor comes along for the
Who
ride.
goes bad.
I don't even want to know.
Well, you know him. He's a vampire, I think.
No, he was, one of the Monitors was a vampire. Then Ultraman became a
his
vampire.
name was Bob the Monitor, that vampire guy that had the elixir?
One of the Monitors, I don't know if it was necessarily Bob the Monitor, but one of the Monitors became a vampire.
Yeah. Well, he became an individual, so he got a name.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'll give the credit to that Superman Beyond, like those 2 issues he had in the middle, where I'll give
All
it to
the
that.
different versions of
The Black Superman.
Superman, 'cause-
Obama Superman,
But that would
basically
have
what
been
it was.
great if you did that in its own story. Why was
Yeah.
that involved in the New Gods story?
Right. Well, it had a beginning, it had like a cause, and then it had a middle where there is a fight, and then it had an ending. And Final Crisis had none of that.
But that was in Final Crisis.
No, I know. I'm saying, but like just looking at that separately, looking at the issues of, I know. Like there was ups and downs in Final Crisis. It was weird. There was
Well,
no
no,
like.
there were ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs to the left, to the right, to the corner.
It's
to
like the Willy Wonka elevator.
No, it's the Willy Wonka tunnel.
Yeah, it's
I think it's a combination of both those
It's
things.
if the elevator was in the tunnel.
Tunnel, yes. And then there was a chicken getting its head cut off, and
Yeah.
Slugworth was there.
Yeah.
It's a shame too, because with Grant Morrison, on his interview with Kevin Smith on Fat Man and Batman, he'll be like, there are times when I'll try to write a straightforward story and I'll give it to the editor, and the editor will be all pissed off at me because I didn't write something like trippy and surreal.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
does say that. Yeah.
And he does seem he seems like the kind of guy who realizes that a large population of readers don't understand his work, and he just seems self-conscious about that. But
yeah, when they give him a job, they expect it to be, Morrison.
Exactly. Yeah.
We need some batshit crazy stuff.
We need you to be really Scottish in this session.
and he can write he and Alan Moore for all their weirdness, they can actually write really straightforward stories and dialogue. Even Animal Man until the third act of Animal Man, where it descended into metafiction. He was actually pretty straightforward up until then.
Because they all started just doing normal stuff, and because that's all
the
you
coyote thing was normal.
Because
stuff?
that's all you could. No, but I'm saying when they were writing in England, like when they were getting jobs in England, they had to do very straightforward stuff.
Yeah.
I thought we were still on that Animal Man.
A little edgy, but very straightforward stuff in order to get work, and then they start doing batshit crazy stuff when they get when they can do whatever they want.
Well, that was because of Alan Moore. It
was all because of the British invasion of comic book
but they were
writers.
all like that. Nobody was copying Alan Moore. They all have that in them. They were British, rebels that wanted to get into creativity.
It's just another reason why you should read Planetary, because there's an issue of Planetary where the main characters go to London, and it's all about deconstructing the legacy of Vertigo Comics, because they're going to London because a character who's pretty much splitting image of John Constantine has died, and they're going to the funeral. And at the funeral, it's all just crazy, funhouse mirrors of characters like Swamp Thing and Animal Man and the Doom Patrol and Sandman, all there. And then, spoiler alert, turns out the John Constantine rip-off character, though he's an intentionally rip-off character, shows up, and he looks like a different character, Spider Jerusalem from a different series, Transmetropolitan. And the moral of this issue is that writers for Vertigo have to move on and grow past the legacy of writers like Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman and constantly evolve instead of rehashing classic Vertigo from the 80s. But that was just the point of that issue.
Well, that sounds interesting, but I will say that my first impression of Grant Morrison was the Justice League of America, and that was quite a shock to go from that to Final Crisis.
the 90s stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, the JLA, yeah.
Not his X-Men thing?
No, I mean, JLA, I would say, was probably his most famous thing back at the time. Because you read when you were young, right? Right, Jared?
Yeah, but that stuff I read probably 2 years ago. I didn't even
Really?
know it was
Started
him.
with that?
I thought it was weird that Kyle Rayner was the Green Lantern.
I thought Grant Morrison made
Hal
Kyle
was
Rayner
dead at the
awesome in the JLA. That was when Like that scene in one of like his last issues of JLA where Flash was like, "Wow, Kaya, you look like Green Lantern." And Kaya's like, "Yeah, I feel like Green Lantern too." That was cool.
I think we're getting way off topic.
Maybe.
We're in another comic book. You know, we gotta go back.
Well, let's
tomorrow.
talk about something I think hopefully all of us can like discuss: the reaction to the finally released Doctor Who 50th anniversary trailer. Is that something we can all talk about?
No, but
No.
That's just you
well,
two.
no, Jose.
Jose?
He's a
What's
mess.
up?
He has a TARDIS sitting right
Jose,
there.
he doesn't talk. I get confused if he's here or not. Sometimes I look over and it's
Well,
like,
the thing
is
is,
that Jose? Or
When
is
you
that
guys
just
are
a
talking
mirror?
about comics to a deep, deep level, I don't know shit.
Well, we
that-
talk about other
Jose, we're gonna
things.
fix that. I'm gonna lend you
No.
all the books I lent me.
No, we
You
don't.
probably should.
We do sometimes. All right.
No.
I guess we can't talk about Thor because Jared hasn't seen it. He's going to see it.
I know.
Jared, leave.
I will see it this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah, we should avoid that then.
Crap. I purposely didn't invite a guest this
Well,
week because of Thor.
Well, can we just say our thoughts?
Yeah,
Like, without
not
spoiling.
spoiler
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, but I
liked
think we
it.
all liked it. Like, that's
Yeah,
the-
I liked it.
I don't know why it got 66% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like one day it was 79%, then the next day it was 66%.
Well, it always goes down.
I know, but like
I liked it. I enjoyed it. I just don't think it was anything special.
I thought it was like above average. You
Yes,
know?
I
I
thought it
agree.
was better than the first
Yeah,
one.
it was, I thought the first one was okay, and I thought the sequel was a superior movie.
Yeah.
I think they're about on level because there's things. It like the first one, there was like, wow, this is awesome, that's Thor, and it's had a bunch of stuff that was leading to the Avengers. There's a bunch of Coulson was in it. There was, Loki was going to be the villain we all knew at that time. I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just think what I hated about the first one is just the
You
terror.
hated anything about that?
Yeah, how could you hate anything?
I hated the cinematography. It was just the
It
same
was very
old
bright.
Dutch angle shot for almost every other shot, and it's like you're annoying the fuck out of me, and I can't watch your
Annoying
movie.
you?
It's annoying me, dude. When you're a lazy,
It was
cinematographer.
I'll
and
agree
just
that
like
it was kind of
this.
boring, the cinematography, but it was. I wouldn't say it was annoying. It was just.
This is you. Oh. This is you the entire time in the movie. It's just
Dave's
Dutch
raising
angle.
his hands in a camera angle
Yeah.
like gesture.
I don't know. It felt very. I was happy because it was a different director, but it still felt like Thor. I was.
Yeah, it felt
Well, it
great.
felt better,
Thor was,
And-
he wasn't like spending the whole movie trying to learn humility. He was Thor. He
But
was,
you needed that.
flying
I
up-
agree with that. I think
Yeah.
that was a good way to
it
start.
was good for the first movie. But now, it's the sequel. Thor's
Yeah,
like,
we don't need a rehash of
Yeah,
that
I mean, it'd be
again.
weird if they took away his powers again.
Thor-
That would have been like, are you serious?
Yeah, that
We
would've
have
been
to
a
go through this
pisser.
ag- Then I would have said, okay, now it's like almost Iron Man 2-ish in a
Yeah.
way. But I would have said, but no, it was good. He was Chris Hemsworth was great.
He was-
Tom Hiddleston, of
Tom
course,
Hiddleston
was
blew it out.
amazing.
Yeah, he's like
Um,
amazing in that role.
But can we agree that Anthony Hopkins was so fucking bizarre in this movie?
I think he was
He
a little
was barely
underused,
in it.
but he's
Yeah.
fine.
he had this weird line delivery.
He always
Oh,
does though.
No,
Can
but
I
like
ask
remember
you
the
a
first
question?
one when
Was
Thor-
there a scene in this movie where he just screamed gibberish like in the first
Well,
one?
that's I was
Okay,
actually
thank
about to
you.
say
Yeah.
that. I was actually about to say it. The first Thor when Thor's like.
He's getting banished, and
Well,
Loki.
no, when he goes, when I'm king of Asgard, then
But you're not king of
But you're
Asgard."
not king yet.
That's what he does that. He kind of does that in this movie, but he doesn't growl.
You're not king of Asgard.
Fly.
No, but
I kind of
then-
like that.
But then you're forgetting the part where Loki's just like, but father. And he's like,
Oh,
Ah,
he
yeah.
screams at him. I forgot
Yeah,
about
that's what I was
that.
telling you.
Yeah.
Like he just like growls at him.
he doesn't even say. He definitely doesn't say words.
I think Anthony Hopkins just forgot his lines, and Kenneth Branagh was just like,
Just go.
"Take it,
Just go.
keep it.
Just roll
That was
with it,
awesome.
just roll with it.
We're
We
on a
only
jet
have him
line.
for another
Give it-
day."
It's just like Anthony Hopkins. He's Odin. Let's just roll from
He's
the
got
head.
some Breaking Bad to catch up on. We gotta get him out of here.
Well, like he was like his line delivery. He was talking to Thor at one point, and he's just like the way he delivers, he's like, "And you will learn."
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't know. He's weird, but I think it's a deliberate weirdness. I think he's
Yeah.
like thinks Odin's weird like that.
I feel like he
I
just
think
wasn't
he's the
trying.
perfect actor for Odin. Like I couldn't think of a better actor. Well, yeah, I think he's good for the role. I
No,
mean,
he's
like,
perfect for
yeah.
Odin.
He's set.
If it was like a lesser known actor, Odin
Sick.
wouldn't be as good. I don't
he's set.
Because
right
Odin
there.
is not, Odin's not a nice guy. Like he never is.
I'm not saying that he's awful as Odin. saying he's fucking weird.
But I think that was an awesome choice instead of just being like the overbearing father. Like
It was more
he's crazy.
entertaining, I'll give you
You
that.
know, like the head honcho god in mythology is always like an asshole. Like Zeus was an
Always.
asshole. Old Testament God was an asshole. Odin's an asshole.
Ra.
Yeah, Ra.
Ra.
I know who Ra
sun
is,
god.
but why? Okay.
He's an asshole.
Of course, he's a god. He should be an asshole.
And
Dream
the
was kind
sun
of
is
an
a pretty
asshole.
important thing to be a god of.
He's not a god. He's an endless.
They're gods.
They're not. They're above gods.
Ow.
He's also above
Fucking
gods.
nerd.
Technicalities of mythology.
Well, I mean, he knows that.
Yeah.
As soon as he said it, he was looking at me to correct him. It's like in the first sentence of Sandman. It's like we're not gods. We've been around before gods. Like,
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, we all liked it.
yeah,
Except
he
for
gets
Jose.
his rules from God, though. Like, I'll end this with all their rules.
Big G God.
Yes, head honcho God.
Yeah, that's different than
No, just Big
Oh,
G.
like
Little
God,
G gods.
though.
He's
Yeah.
a big G.
Big G.
Alright.
The OG.
So now this director was the director for several Game of Thrones episodes, and I
He's
think
a- he's a
that-
very
This was his first
television.
feature, right?
Yeah, he's very
Yeah.
television. If you go on his IMDb page, he's done a lot of television.
But for a first time feature, like
No, it wasn't.
bravo.
But you know what? It wasn't just him because there was a lot of problems with the movie.
A big
Not just
criticism
him,
I've
like-
been reading is that people say that Thor: The Dark World feels like it was just very I'm trying to get it right. Just like straight off the conveyor belt.
It
Just
did.
like-
It felt a
little
little
bit.
bit like calculated. It's like, oh, you like this from the first movie. We'll put this in more.
I mean, if it's
you
done
like Cat
right,
Blanchett, you like
it's
this people, you
good.
like that,
It's
you
not
like
bad.
this.
I liked it because it was that. Which I'm sorry, if you want to go see a Thor movie, you kind of want to see a Thor movie.
Yeah, like
It wasn't
but-
bad.
But the thing they did much better is off the conveyor belt is Iron Man 2,
yeah.
where you pretty much play beat for beat of the last movie, and this it did it to a certain degree, but it did
This
it bigger
offered
and it,
more twists
yes.
and more like, oh my god, and a nice little cameo. Did a little of this.
Can we
little
take
that.
a moment to appreciate the fact that they've taken a character and premise like the Marvel Thor, and they've actually managed to like translate it into films that
Well,
you know,
they're
it's
doing
not-
that with
it's
Winter
like
Soldier too.
He's
It's like,
taken seriously by
but-
an audience.
But
that,
Captain America was always, I mean, his solo books weren't great, but he was Captain America. Everyone knows Captain America. He's Captain America. Thor is very obscure. He's very like
no, but Captain America can be hard too because people worried about
Yeah.
that. That was the years like, oh my god, Captain America and Thor.
Yeah.
One of the two hardest things to pull off.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Thor
was not
more.
too optimistic about
Let's see.
Thor at
This
first.
summer we have Thor, Captain America, and Green Lantern coming out. My fortune teller tells me that one of these three movies is going to be a huge disappointment.
Not like the other.
But no, what I'm saying is like what you were saying is like, God, what were you saying?
Straight out the conveyor belt.
Yes, and
It was, but
If
it was
it's good, then
It was
say
straight
it.
off the
I mean,
Marvel conveyor belt,
It
which is a
was.
good movie.
but
If it
unlike
works, then go
Iron
with
Man
it,
2, because of the plot twists and
Iron
the
Man
better
2?
characters. No,
What plot?
Thor-
Oh, you said Iron Man 2.
Oh, I said unlike
I was like,
Iron
the
Man.
plot twist.
No, I said unlike Iron Man.
Oh,
2.
I said I
Unlike.
like Iron Man 2 for the plot twist.
Oh yeah, the plot twist
I
that
was
you
like,
know.
was it when he wanted his bird back?
Yeah, and he didn't get the real bird. That was M. Night Shyamalan plot
I was
twist.
his bird
I
was in
guess-
Russia, and
Yeah.
he was in America. It was
God,
I
just
guess
shut
star-crossed
up.
lovers.
Shut up.
I guess as of now, Iron Man 2 is like the runs of like the litter of the Marvel. Even with Incredible Hulk, it's like the run of the litter. Even it's not. It's more
I think the Hulk is
mediocre
much better than
than
Iron Man
that.
2.
No, that's what
the
he's saying.
Incredible Hulk is better than Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
hey,
clarify.
Hey, to be technical here, the first movie was not the Hulk; it was just Hulk.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Ang Lee's Hulk.
Which is
Ang-
weird. If you made it, like, if you
Just
heard
roll
today,
my
like,
eyes.
Ang Lee was making a Hulk movie, you'd actually be interested, because, Ang Lee did Life of Pi, Brokeback Mountain, and all that crap.
Oh no,
and-
Ang Lee's great.
Yeah.
He just didn't do great that time.
Yeah. just-
No.
Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
I saw
Actually,
someone took a picture of, like, the scene where, like, so the giant CGI, like, Shrek Hulk, and he's all like this, and someone, like,
Shrek.
someone redid it and made him look like Doomsday, and actually, it
Yeah.
actually looked really good.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to talk about some weird camera shots, talk about Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with those, like,
Well, I
comic book
completely
panel
forgot
things.
about Hulk.
Those were weird. The comic book, The comic book
The
panel
comic
things
book.
they had in like.
It's
the screen.
weird that it was. I don't think there's ever been a less comic book movie than Hulk,
Yeah.
but it had comic book like, you know.
That was the stupidest
Stylings.
fucking decision. Like, seriously, that was the stupidest fucking decision on everybody's point.
But you know what? They didn't know what they were doing then. They were still like throwing darts at a board and seeing what stuck. Like, eventually they figured out what stuck.
Apparently, this stuck. I'm very afraid of what they're like. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work.
At the time they were like, all right, we hit with Spider-Man, we hit with X-Men.
People like the Hulk. He's big. He's green. He doesn't talk too much.
Lou Ferrigno used to be the Hulk. Let's make the opposite of Lou Ferrigno.
God bless Lou Ferrigno. I'm glad he's still around and like doing Hulk work. You know, he's still
Hulk
the go-to guy. He's
with the voice.
Yeah.
You mean?
he's still doing the Hulk.
I think anybody could do
Even-
the voice. I'm like,
You know, actually,
you could do the voice.
He shouldn't be doing the voice because he has that weird deaf voice.
What? Don't criticize a guy just because of a weird deaf voice.
But I'm saying if you're trying, unless you're gonna make a deaf Hulk,
You know what? Although it's insensitive, Kyle is 100% right.
right? I'm happy he's doing it. I'm happy he's doing it. But if we're going on merits of voice acting,
Oh well.
he's not the guy.
He was Billy on Adventure Time, Lou Ferrigno. But you guys don't watch
Is that
it.
true?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You watch Adventure Time?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, well, yeah, he was Billy.
Cool. But I'm glad that
That is
they're...
I didn't know that. That is cool.
No, but I'm glad.
Adventure Time rocks. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Actually, another weird voice actor thing I found out. Did you know Mark Hamill does 2 voices in the regular show?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is Skips and, I don't know who else he is, but he Skips in Death, right? He Skips in
Yeah,
I knew
I
it
think
was
so.
Skips. But
he's definitely Skips.
Yeah, regular show and Adventure Time are definitely, like, awesome. And, like, it's because, like, fuck it, I would, like, get high and watch Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes at, like, 11 and at 12 in the morning, like...
Now I have something else to get high to.
living the life. When I was listening to John DiMaggio was on Nerdist today,
Yeah.
and he was talking. He's coming out with that movie. I Know That Voice. It's a documentary about voice actors,
That's cool.
and he
Cool.
basically just got all his friends to, come on, and he has some of like I think he has Mel Blanc's kid on it, like his Mel
Damn.
Blanc is long dead, and just like everyone you've ever seen, or not realized you've seen.
John DiMaggio, he's in my top 5, like, favorite voice actors ever.
I mean, he's amazing.
And Tom Kenny's definitely, like, the Mel Blanc of our generation.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's number 1 on my top
Tom
5.
Kenny?
Yeah, Tom
I mean, he's amazing, but number one, there's
He's pretty amazing.
Ice King, those are some pretty iconic characters.
yeah, but, Phil LaMarche.
He did.
Bill Maher.
No, LaMarche. There's 2 different people.
Oh.
Who's it? Billy West.
Yeah, Billy West is cool.
John DiMaggio. Who's the other guy? Phil
I like-
LaMarche was the brain. Who was Pinky? That's gonna bug me.
Oh, Ron
Wait,
Paulson.
Ron
John
Paulson,
DiMaggio
Ron
was
Paulson.
Bender, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
and Jake the dog.
Would you rather meet? God, you probably. I already know. It's like one of those things where you ask the question, but you know what they're gonna
Are
say.
you
Like,
just-
would you rather meet Mark Hamill or Kevin Conroy?
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I know, because like, it's like it's not. It's also Luke Skywalker.
But not even for
One's
that
here.
reason, because Kevin Conroy honestly doesn't give a shit about Batman.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill loves the Joker in
Yeah.
comics and Batman.
Well, Kevin Conroy better start giving a shit because that's the only jobs he's getting.
No, he gets a ton of jobs. He works forever.
He's on
As
Venture
Batman.
Brothers.
No, he's a voice actor. Like, he does work. If they give him if they ask him, I'm sure he's like, yeah, I'll do Batman because it's money. He literally doesn't care about it. It's just
I don't
money
think
for
he
him.
hates the role. I think
Yeah,
he
No, I
doesn't-
don't think he hates
I just don't think he really
No,
cares about Batman.
I've heard him talk about it. It's a job. He
Yeah.
doesn't, he just doesn't care about it. Mark Hamill, is in love with the Joker. He's in love with the character.
I just love that he wrote the introduction to like this Joker book at like
Yeah.
Barnes and Nobles or whatever.
Nice.
That's
I
why they
had
need
that
to
book,
make the
actually.
Killing Joke movie so Mark Hamill can voice the ultimate Joker story.
Yeah.
That will be
Oh,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joker, just a little spoiler thing for Batman Arkham Origins that I read online. I know you always criticize me for reading online summaries, but
No, I criticize you for reading summaries online and then not playing or watching or involving yourself in the things you're supposedly a fan of.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll have a review of Arkham Origins in the next 2 weeks.
But here's
You're
the
gonna
thing.
finish the game in the next 2 weeks?
If I fucking pick it up from GameStop, I'll try.
Here's the thing about Arkham Origins.
You don't even own it yet?
I pre-ordered it.
So
It's a copy waiting for me.
He does
I haven't.
technically.
I don't even play. I
You
haven't played
lost
it.
your pre-order. They only last for 48 hours.
Is that true?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
so I mean, obviously he's going to get a copy. They're not going to be sold out, but it's technically not the one you pre-ordered.
They're just
Whatever.
not going to give him one. Like, you didn't come. You don't get
Wait,
one.
do I lose my $5 then?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes, I think you do.
No,
I
but-
think.
I didn't know that.
Don't
You
quote
know-
me on that, but I'm pretty positive you do.
You know
Okay,
how the
then.
trailers build up the character Black Mask as one of the main antagonists of the video game?
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert,
Damn
and
it.
this is like, sort of like, riders falling back on like their sword.
It's the Joker.
Yeah, it
Under
turns
the
out Black Mask is the Joker the whole time.
I did it. I figured it out before
Yeah.
he said it.
So, in a world
Kyle,
where,
you're so smart.
yeah, Black Mask was the Joker the whole time.
that is the worst
Why?
idea
What the
of all time. I'm so glad you spoiled that for me, so
Again,
I don't have to play
another-
it.
M. Night Shyamalan twist for your ass.
I don't know. The twist in Hulk was probably better.
Wait, did he use a jellyfish?
That Nick Nolte
What?
was in the movie?
And Nick Nolte was the Absorbing Man? It was weird.
Also, that the Absorbing Man was his dad. Or...
Yeah.
Why are we still on Hulk?
Hulk Poodle.
But
Oh, poodle.
just one more follow up on my end about Arkham Origins. I'm not doing anything Thursday. I'm picking up the game and I'm gonna fucking play it all day till like conk out.
Do whatever
it.
you want, man.
Well, we need a proper review.
Such
I
an
mean,
odd reaction. Like, and
Well,
he was gonna be
because-
like, no, not you. That
Oh.
them being like, yeah, okay, do
Well,
what you want.
But like, what do you
Like,
say
you
to
ride
that?
that
It's like-
video game.
well, because
ride that video
clearly, hey, I'm picking up the game.
I know.
Cool. The thing is,
Should've
good
said
for you.
No, because clearly, reading an online review is not a sufficient review for us. So at
Well,
least,
I think he was just spoiling like a bad
Yeah, he
twist.
just
Yeah.
wanted to.
I
do
guess,
that.
I don't know.
So they just
Funny.
wanted to show that, like, in a current,
I don't know.
years, they've been
I'm just not- I don't
trying
know.
to show that Batman has other bad guys
Why
than the
did they
Joker.
just? Why didn't they just make it Black Mask and not have a twist?
Mm.
Like
No,
Black
no,
Mask is a fine enough enemy.
Apparently-
Because everyone loves the Joker.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah,
another
that makes
spoiler
sense.
not
scene.
enough for 3 games.
It's enough.
Maybe
for
it is
3 games.
enough.
Joker sells.
Apparently, in
The
like,
Joker can be in every game and it'll sell.
Pretty
With
much.
good reviews, but it'll sell.
I really
Yeah.
hope they put the Joker in like Call of Duty.
Just Joker everywhere.
No, there was a theory that the Joker in The Dark Knight, well, like his character's backstory was that he was like a war veteran that like just got like traumatized by like war, and that gave him this like
The scars?
the scars
Is that how we
and,
got
like,
them
the
scars?
whole sociopathic attitude towards like life. being
Wait, where was
Wait,
the-
yeah, where would
reading
you
this
read
from?
this?
Where did this do?
There's a
This is
scene
Reach.
where when Joker's all dressed up as a nurse and he's talking to friggin' Harvey Dent, and he's like, "Oh, a bus of soldiers will blow up, and no one will care because it's all part of the plan." And like people took that line of dialogue and came up with this theory that
Oh, so is
Joker,
that like the
people.
Wait, is
The
that the
people
Dark
are so
Knight, like the
stupid.
room 237 of the Dark Knight? Is,
the Room 230.
That's literally
You don't know what that
what?
is?
The Shining?
yeah, you didn't know
Yeah.
about the documentary?
yeah.
Where people like reach.
They
for
like
every-
play it backwards and forwards and like,
Oh,
messages.
it's
You
like-
can watch it all on YouTube.
It's
It
like-
is the stupidest goddamn
Yeah,
thing
It's
I've
like
ever.
watching a movie and finding like
Well, no, you
hidden
play it.
things
You play it
Like, there's
backwards
this-
and forwards at the same time.
That's
and there's
one of
some
the-
things that line
Yeah,
up
that's
or something.
that's one of the theories.
It's like sometimes a cigar is just a cigar kind of thing.
It, okay, there's this one scene, and this woman's like, "Oh, and you see if you pause it right here, that poster in the background is a Minotaur." She says it's so goddamn serious, and I almost felt like shutting it off. I was like, "You can't be serious
But
about this."
But the what it probably was him being like, yes, a bus full of soldiers will blow up, and that's they're the people that serve our country, and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah,
That's probably just
That's
talking about
an
the state
example.
of affairs.
yeah.
It's
There
not
are
like
tons of lines you could take out of that movie and make
he was
other
dressed as a
movies out of
nurse. Does that mean he's secretly a nurse?
That's true.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
it. Does that mean he's a woman?
Yeah, yeah. No, they've never shown
He's a
his penis.
tranny.
We don't know this.
Oh,
We don't know that.
Apparently, in Arkham Origins, like with a little more spoiler things, like right after you find out Black Mask is the Joker, it the game kind of like cuts to a different scene, and now instead of playing as Batman, you're playing the flashback as the Joker, like
Oh, that's
during
actually cool.
during like the Killing Joke, you're playing him as Red Hood before he becomes the Joker or something like that.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you get to play the Killing Joke. Like you
Yeah,
can
you
knock
get to
on
shoot
Batgirl's
Barbara
door.
Gordon, strip her naked, and
Terrible.
take pictures.
And then take a naked Commissioner Gordon through a funhouse maze. Yes, I would love to play that game.
Oh my god! I was listening. Oh
That is
god! I was
amazing.
listening to a podcast, Hollywood Babylon, and they do geek news every week, and they were talking about how the Make a Wish Foundation is making over San Francisco
They had to
to
look
be
like
Gotham.
Gotham City.
It's like for this kid, he gets to go out and be Batman. Like and stop the joke at the Riddler and the Penguin. And I was thinking about how fucking funny would it be if you do that in a sketch, except you make it like hardcore, like Killing Joke Gotham, and like people are getting kidnapped and stabbed, like make it like.
And
really
this
dark.
kid has all the responsibility on his shoulder.
God.
Why aren't you stopping this?
Like, Dad, what's fear toxin?
Jimmy, don't touch that.
I was literally driving in my car to school and laughing to myself, just thinking about how fucked up that could be.
Oh my
I
god.
love, like, Alan Moore in interviews, he'll swear up and down that the Joker did not sexually assault. Well, aside from, like, undressing her and taking nude pictures, he didn't, like, rape Barbara Gordon or anything, but he'll say that the scene with, like,
How could
Gordon...
he not, though? Like, and I'm not saying, like, I would, but I'm saying the Joker being who the Joker is,
Maybe that's just...
Batgirl being reasonably attractive.
Joker has, like, an unpredictable mentality. He's all about, like, the style and the art form of, like, his crime.
He
you know?
could.
I know,
Or he
but
could not.
I just think he probably
But
did.
Alan Moore said that he's not opposed to the idea of the scene of Gordon being naked, dragged by, like, carnival dwarves, implying him being raped, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Oh, that would
weird.
be...
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
that
no,
would
no,
make
I'm
it a
saying
lot
that-
better.
No, I'm saying it's weird that he is opposed to one but not the other.
And Alan Moore, like, writes, like, the weirdest monster sex ever. So him confirming and denying sex scenes
Especially
is, like,
now.
you have to, like, take that in mind. Like,
Yeah, but I'm glad they didn't. Like, they never established that he sexually assaulted her or raped her.
Yeah.
Because you know some shitty writer would make, like,
yeah.
Barbara Gordon was secretly pregnant with the Joker's child.
The Killing
Oh.
Joke 2.
Oh,
rape
God.
version.
Sins
Joker
past
kill-
for Batman.
That would be horrible.
And by sins past, I mean a controversial storyline,
Damian-
Spider-Man, where it turns out Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man's
Oh,
college
wow, I
girlfriend,
didn't realize
had,
that.
had sex with Norman Osborn.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Consensual sex with Norman Osborn
And she had
and
secret
fathered
babies.
twins that could, like, age, like, 10 years for every 1 year or some, like, stupid reason.
I
This is a
completely
real
forgot about
storyline that happened, that the
What is it
writer,
called?
Sins Past.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And the writer himself was, like, ashamed of it, too.
And
What
that's why
crack
the
was he
Goblin
smoking?
wanted to kill Gwen Stacy because he was afraid she would blab.
Oh, God. Exactly, yeah. Retcon, like, Goblin messing with Spider-Man, his girlfriend, and now it was him killing off Gwen Stacy because he won't let him see his, like, illegitimate kids.
Right.
It really
It
is.
was.
Yeah.
In fact, most things that happen in the solo Spider-Man books are awful.
Spider-Man needs I've said it once and I'll say it again. Spider-Man needs a comeback. And I'm not talking about
Hey,
a good
Spider-Man 2, Amazinger Spider-Man is coming out.
Did you see that picture of Spider-Man wearing the fireman's hat?
No.
There's a picture
Yeah.
of Spider-Man wearing a fireman's hat,
In Amazing
spraying,
Spider-Man 2?
yes, Amazing Spider-Man wearing a
And
fireman's
he's on the
hat,
calendar
spraying
centerfold.
a fire hose, probably at Electro.
Wait, for the movie?
No,
Yes.
yeah.
There's gonna be a scene where Spider-Man puts on a fireman's hat and sprays
He has
Electro with
time
the
to
fire
put on the
hose.
hat.
Wait, is
Well, yeah,
there...
I mean, it's not a completely unrealistic thing that would happen with Spider-Man.
I know, but still.
He's so pissed off.
I know.
Like, is he in the mask with the
Yeah,
spiders?
yeah.
But it,
Oh wow, I'm looking at some of the pictures of Electro, and they look kind of weird.
It's
yeah.
weird. It's
It
blue,
is funny.
Jamie Foxx.
What the fuck? Why?
I like.
Why? You're looking at it, aren't you?
That was the squeakiest I ever heard his voice.
Show it to Kyle.
Max Dillon.
That serves no purpose.
Are you sure that's not a video game?
No, that's him.
That
No,
serves
yeah.
no purpose whatsoever.
His suit looks weird as shit.
This suit's the least of our problems if this is actually a scene in the movie.
No, but I'm very against the blue electric.
What about cracked out Paul Giamatti, your favorite actor?
That's hilarious. to me. I think I don't love Paul Giamatti. I've gone on record being not a fan.
Just weird. Of all
But-
actors, you just don't like
Yeah,
I want him and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I love Philip Seymour Hoffman.
All right, so you don't get to say anything when I say, "Oh, I don't like Andrew Garfield because of his face." You don't get to say anything now.
No, but I there's reasons. I mean, I don't like performances they've given. I don't like. I just
Paul
don't.
Giamatti and Philip Seymour.
Philip
Well,
Seymour
I
Hoffman's
mean-
the man.
I just don't like him. But
Have you ever seen
but
Doubt?
they're not playing Spider-Man. That's the difference.
What?
When he's arguing about Andrew Garfield, they're
I
not-
just don't like Andrew Garfield.
but
at
they're not
all.
playing. Yeah, but he's a good-looking Spider-Man.
Are you saying that Paul Giamatti would be a good Spider-Man?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You got me. I don't like him, but I think he should be Spider-Man.
That would be awesome.
I
would
resent
see
Andrew
that.
Garfield because he gets to play Spider-Man and he gets to sleep with Emma Stone. Those are two very good reasons to resent Andrew Garfield.
That's not the reason why I resent him, but okay.
I mean,
You should like Andrew Garfield.
Why? Why should I like Andrew?
Oh,
Garfield?
thank you. He's on my side.
No, because he
Why? Because
supports
he's all like
cool skinny
nerdy
guy.
and you're like
No,
he's.
I'm calling you a nerd. That's my move.
I just hate his
Me,
fucking
I'm picking
face.
on you for being a nerd. No, I'm saying he's like little skinny like you. He's got that like the slight structure like you.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? You should like him because he's built the same like
he's a
you.
movie star. That's
Jeez.
little.
It's not. I'm not little.
What the fuck?
I'm like the same height as you.
You should like him because he's little.
Yeah,
Dude, he's too little
You
to
know,
play
him and Peter
Spider-Man. I'm
Dinklage.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I don't
Pat,
like
that's
him because of
hysterical.
his fucking face. He's got like I don't know. He's
But that's mean. Like that. Like me not like
what
Paul
you just
Giamatti-
said about Pat. It's like, well, you're short and
It
you're
was
nerdy
it was
and you're a
joke,
fucking
but
loser.
yeah, I called him a loser. That's what happened. But
You
no,
were that close.
Me not liking Paul Giamatti and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I can understand Paul Giamatti,
is a-
but Philip Seymour Hoffman
Is a
that's very
specific not liking their performances, not liking who they play in movies. That's based on their actions. You're just a bigot against Andrew Garfield for no apparent reason because you don't
I'm-
like his face.
I'm proud of it.
Compared my dislike of them to your dislike of him, like there's two very different things going on.
Well, I don't like his.
I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not like Andrew Garfield deserves the world, but I don't have an issue with him.
Like I didn't like him in the Social
I still
Network.
have yet
I didn't
to
like
see
him.
I actually
all
do
of
like
Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, I thought he was good in the Social Network.
yeah, I
I
thought,
didn't like
thought he was kind of a pussy in the Social Network.
But that's who
like-
he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That was the point.
Eh.
Unfortunately, he's also kind of a pussy in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's
That's
also
not who
kind of
Spider-Man
a
is
pussy
supposed to
in
be.
almost every role he's been in.
Has he been in anything else besides those two
He
things?
He was in a Terry Gilliam movie.
He was
with,
in Imaginarium,
yeah,
Dr.
that-
Parnassus.
that's-
the last,
that's what it
that
was.
successful movie we all saw.
Not accessible. Oh god.
I always get that
He
movie
was in the
confused with
greatest
the one
Doctor Who
for you.
episode of all time, Daleks Take Manhattan.
Wait, what's the problem with that episode? I like those episodes.
No, it's just that he's trying to justify his existence with that one episode. It's a good episode. I'm not going to take that away from it.
I mean, the pig people were a little much, but
I think the Dalek in the suit was a little much. The pig people, now that you mention it, was a little more.
Oh my god.
I like the friggin' scene with the Daleks just talking, what's your opinion of Dalek? All they need was a friggin' water cooler in the background.
they were literally chatting.
And one of the dogs said, Matt, take him or leave him, exterminate.
Matt.
Oh, God.
But so
Exterminate.
fuck Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that train.
Good.
Yeah, not too excited.
I like that the Spider-Man suit actually looks like Spider-Man this time.
Yeah,
But
yes.
The
I
suit
agree.
looks so CGI, and then what bothers me is that they do voiceovers with the stunt doubles in the suit, so
Well, I mean,
there's
Well,
no
I
personality to
actually-
Spider-Man.
I actually enjoyed. I liked the suit in the first one. I was not. It looked like a real suit. It
I
looked,
like the yellow eyes.
It looked
Yellow eyes.
interesting. Yeah, that was weird. But I like the web shooters. Like
But
that
his
was.
mouth doesn't move when he talks.
It did.
No.
Yeah, looking back, organic web shooting is kind of like weird, you know? For, like,
I mean, Stan Lee says that's the way he would have went if he thought of it.
well, Stanley's almost 91.
That's
He's
true.
a crazy individual.
He's not. Yeah, he's a good kind of crazy.
I don't think
They actually, in that one shot in Thor, that was the actual mental institution they were holding him at.
Oh, don't spoil it.
That's-
But
That's upsetting. That was an
I was
awesome
telling
series.
Kyle the theory that all of Stanley's cameos in the Marvel movies,
Oh, the same guy.
Stanley, he's the Watcher, pretty
Yeah.
much. He just takes the form of
he's
Stanley.
Uatu or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're killing off Uatu apparently, or something.
Yeah, somebody kills him.
They're always like showing somebody punching out the Watcher to just show that this character means business. Like when Red Hulk first showed up, one of the first things they did was have Red Hulk punch out the Watcher, and steal like the Silver Surfer surfboard or something.
Yeah.
So now he's the Red Hulk surfer?
I don't know.
We don't talk about
And moving forward.
that. Just like Uncle
The
Jim.
Silver Hulk.
They should have Red Hulk in the Marvel
The
movies. That'd be
Silver
cool. They have.
They can't do Red Hulk
They
already.
introduced.
We're
Rock-
doing
Rock-
Days of Future Past, The Winter Soldier.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
Soldier.
there have been a lot of X-Men movies. There have been a lot of X-Men movies. You can do Days of Future Past now. Winter Soldier's very quick.
Yes.
But
very
Red
cool.
Hulk you can't do because the Hulk needs to be built up to a guy first, like
Yeah, that's true.
to be an actual character,
And there's
before you throw in a
no-
counterpart.
I don't think they have any plans to make a solo
Yeah,
Hulk
that's
movie anytime
for
soon.
a very long time.
Christmas.
Whatever happened to that animated Iron Man Hulk movie?
Well,
I
is
think
it out,
I think
Jared?
it's still coming out at some point. It's like weird CGI last time I saw like a trailer for it.
Well, they look like they were going to have a good time when they left in that convertible, so I'm curious to see what they do.
You're gonna say, Jim?
Picture it. Christmas 2014. A holiday adventure. Green Hulk versus Red Hulk.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh
Save
my
Santa.
God. Saving Santa Claus.
What was that thing with like the RiffTrax people like made fun of Santa Claus versus Mars? Or
The
something?
Martians,
The
yeah.
Martians. Yeah. When that trailer came on, me and Pat were both like, not even a joke. I really want to see that movie.
Wait, what?
I
For the
guess it was
previews.
commercial.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a preview. It was commercial for like a RiffTrax event, and
It was Santa Claus versus the Martians.
Yeah, it was Santa Claus like conquers the Martians,
Yeah.
and I was
When
like,
is this coming out?
I was like, one, I want to see that movie. Not even with the RiffTrax. I want to see that movie. Two, I want to remake that movie with current day effects and
I'm
budgets.
really curious about this. I'm not gonna lie.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman as Santa Claus.
Can we
You could
please
play
use?
Santa Claus.
Can we please use Tim Burton's Martians from Mars Attacks?
Oh,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Those
no.
are-
Mine is like a
Ah,
serious.
ah, ah,
this,
ah, ah, ah.
this is a serious movie. This is a serious
Okay.
drama about Santa
We're
taking
putting
on the
spray
Martians.
paint on their faces.
Speaking
Yeah.
of obscure movies, I don't know if you guys saw, but I saw a trailer for this Frankenstein movie.
Frankenstein.
not
Frankenstein.
I don't know. I thought it was just because
It looks so terrible
What's
that
his
it
name
could be
in
it.
it?
Harvey Dent.
Yeah,
Aaron Eckhart or-
Aaron Eckhart.
Darren Eckhart.
Is he Frankenstein's monster? I should say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
Frankenstein's monster. Ivan Stravowski from Chuck and Dexter's in it.
It looks
That'd be
so
a cool
bad.
show, Chuck and Dexter.
That's what I thought. Like,
so are they doing?
I kind of want to see it. I was
don't
really
know.
interested.
No.
I like Frankenstein.
You're alone.
I mean,
I
Are they
like.
gonna
I
do
love
like actual
Frankenstein.
Mary
Kyle,
Shelley,
stop.
Robert De Niro story Frankenstein, or like Boris Karloff? Oh, it's just a monster getting chased by townspeople.
No, it's
Kyle.
it's complete opposite. It's Frankenstein in the modern day.
Kyle, if
Really?
I'm against seeing a movie, it's probably going to be really
I've seen
bad.
a lot of stuff
Yeah.
about it. I've seen a lot of trailers. I was into it. I'm not gonna see it in the movie.
Remember
theater.
when they
It's
had a hardcore Hansel and Gretel movie last year?
That happened.
This just made me
You
think
mean
of
this
that.
year?
It's getting a sequel.
How?
Why?
I don't know, but I saw
It made money?
Hansel and Gretel's getting a sequel.
Did Jeremy Renner just like doing it and wants
Which-
to do a second one?
Well, he needs to practice with the crossbow and
Jeremy
he's
Renner looks so like, I'm here.
No, his face just looks like they won't give him a movie, will they? They just won't give Hawkeye a movie.
No.
They just
No.
won't let me. I have to keep doing these kind of Hawkeye movies, but
You want to fucking mind control Hawkeye for 80% of the movie? Fine, I'll do Hansel and Gretel. I don't care.
you know they told
That's
me.
his comeback.
They,
It's like,
they told
well,
me,
fuck
come
you.
be an
I don't know.
Avengers, you'll be a superstar, we'll put you in lots of movies.
Oh, I got a 2-minute cameo in Thor. Yeah, that's great. Fucking Scarlet Witch. A fucking Black Widow's gonna be in Captain America 2, but what do I get?
I got Hansel and Gretel too. That's what.
That's why I think Jeremy Renner's gonna be recast for like.
I don't
No, he's.
I like
coming
him. He's a
back.
good Hawkeye.
I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying like. I
You think
feel-
his quote's too high? He's not like.
not quotes. I just feel like like they might opt for like a different actor. You know?
No, I
Why?
don't think so.
I don't know.
Who'd be a better
He's
Hawkeye?
the only one not confirmed for Avengers 2. I think.
No, it didn't. No,
I
they
think
said
he's
that he
confirmed.
was
Is
confirmed.
he confirmed?
But also, who'd be a better Hawkeye?
They confirmed.
He
we
said
didn't
he's
say
coming back.
we didn't confirm that Hawkeye is gonna have a bigger role, but I don't know about Jeremy Renner.
No, they'll definitely bring him back because people
There's
liked
no
him.
reason not
Yeah.
to bring him to switch him out again.
Yeah.
To switch him out again,
Yeah.
like they did it before.
Yeah, again.
Again.
You know.
I think it is confirmed because IMDb doesn't say rumored or anything.
That's good.
For the-
good
also for
him.
the record,
Jeremy Renner's getting
The
more.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
that-
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we've known
well.
that for months.
Well,
I'm a dumbass.
Welcome to the party.
Thanks, guys.
To the party,
Ultron,
pal.
Jose, is a famous probably one of the most famous Avengers
Maybe
villains. Possibly, like look,
he comes back the most.
he's
Voiced
like-
by James Spader.
He was originally a robot created by one of the Avengers members, Ant-Man,
No, well, originally they didn't say that. They later said that.
Yeah, that came back
Uh,
later.
That Ant-Man invented him.
The point was
He
that
was a very silly, like trash can looking thing at first.
yeah.
The point is, he's a really badass villain. Like he's like a threat,
killer robot.
Sometimes he's a little trash can.
Yeah.
All right.
and sometimes he's a little trash.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kept hearing that he was the villain. I didn't know that. I just didn't know
I'm
that was the
glad they
title.
went with Ultron as the next villain. instead of
Why
the
is it
big
called
defense.
Age of Ultron? Though? They just had an Age of Ultron event.
I think
just-
it's just a marketing.
For all those people that are like big Marvel fans that need to be like tricked into going to see
All
I
the
don't
average
know.
consumer Alexes out there.
Exactly.
But I'm saying
no, he's right.
But
For
I'm saying
all
they
the
don't-
average consumer
But what does
Alexes.
Age of Ultron do for them? Like, what is
They'll just
Nothing. They just know that it was a comic book, so they'll be
No, they
like,
don't.
"Oh, no." They'll research and be like, "Oh my god, this is the next thing."
But Age of
We gotta
Ultron
do
was a
this
reference
now.
to Age of Apocalypse.
No, I understand that the Age of Ultron, the book, and the movie
That might be
have
where they're going
nothing
with the
to do.
X-Men movies.
I really hope so.
That'd be cool.
They
It's
have
just-
to. He's the main guy. It seems like
Yeah, he's like the anti-monitor.
they
of
go
the
back to
X-Men
him every
world.
10 years, every
The
6
vampire
years probably.
anti-hero.
That's where every like X-Men show like eventually ends up going. You know, eventually
it gets
it's-
canceled on the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Fund.
It happens to Wolverine, the X-Men, X-Men Evolution, X-Men the Animated Series.
I just got one question. What happened to Thanos?
Thanos, they're gonna build him up in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he's gonna show up in Avengers 3 when we're all
Oh.
30.
Okay. That's
Oh,
that's
shit.
all I wanted to know.
yeah,
Well,
you're
we don't-
probably right.
Hey, they should have done him for the
It's-
second and Ultron for the third.
It's a nice
Ultron's
build-up.
better
Loki,
villain.
Ultron, Thanos. Nice
I know, but
progression.
Ultron's better than Thanos. He should be
Yeah.
the third one.
They should have done Kang also. Kang's a good.
Kang the
Might be a little
Conqueror.
complicated, but
Kang would be weird.
Yeah.
Jared, are you still there?
He's talking to somebody else. I just muted him for now.
Hold on.
All right,
All
buddy.
right. Well, while he's gone, and if you want to take a bathroom break right now, we are going to talk about Doctor Who. Dave, because you put up such a fight before.
I didn't put up a fight.
But yeah, the trailer for the 50th anniversary came out.
Finally released.
Two
I know.
trailers actually. In the morning they put out
A
a short
40-second one and a minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
But they put out like the short one in the morning, and then later on they put out the longer one, which I like. I think
It's
everyone
funny on
should do
YouTube, like the 40-second one, or it has like 2 million views. Then they release like the longer one.
that. Yeah, and it's spectacular.
It is.
Yeah, I know. I'm really
It
excited.
is everything.
I'd
I
be
ever
amazed if
wanted.
it doesn't live up to the hype. I don't know how it
It
could.
will.
The only thing I am confused about in that whole trailer is what the hell is going on with Rose.
Rose, I'm telling you, she's either the Bad Wolf entity or something else is going on.
But she's like in weird Victorian clothing,
And she has weird river hair for some reason.
hanging out with
The John Hurt doctor.
John Hurt and they're in Queen Victoria's time, or Queen
Elizabeth. Yeah. Being chased by Zygons.
And this is what happens. This is what happens that makes her like hunt him down in the Shakespeare Code.
I thought that they did that in between the end of time and the episode before that.
Yes, that's what they're saying. This happens then.
So
This is where they pulled the-
that means
This is where they pulled the
10th
10th Doctor from, I think.
Really?
I think so.
So that's why more theories that's not Series 2 10th Doctor and Rose, it's Series 4
Four.
10th Doctor and Bad Wolf.
And I think that would make sense because you get to see a smarter Doctor
Yeah, that makes sense.
than the season 2.
I th- Though to be fair, I wish it would have been. It was weird, like early in the career of the 10th Doctor, or late in the career of the 11th Doctor, kind of thing.
Why would that be good?
It wouldn't be good, it'd just be interesting.
I think it makes more sense of late and late, so
Yeah.
he sees where he's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely
very
gonna
soon.
have John Hurt like in his last scene be like fantastic or something like
Yeah.
some little
I'm not
compensation.
100% that they're not gonna show him regenerate.
They're doing some. Yeah, they're gonna show him either just regenerating or about to regenerate.
Yeah.
They're gonna do like some little compensation reference to McGann and Eccleston somehow.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it might just be his clothing,
Yeah,
because he has, is it like the scarf thing or whatever of Paul McGann?
he's got the little like
Mascot.
the kerchief thing
Um,
and the leather jacket. Of
yeah, he's got
Eccleston.
he's got Eccleston's jacket.
Yeah,
But, I mean, 10 and 11, 10 and Matt Smith on screen are
yeah,
amazing.
They look
That's
awesome.
gonna be amazing.
Even in the trailer, I'm just like, I would watch 1,000 episodes of them just hanging out together.
Yeah, like apparently they got on like really well, and they wanted to petition like individual episodes. That wouldn't
that was
happen.
a joke.
Yeah, I
It's-
know. It'd be awesome if they did that though, but
I'm sure if Stephen Moffat was like, all right, let's do it, let's move it on, they were like, oh god, we have jobs, we can't do that.
But I used to think that John Hurt's presence just represented like
Old Doctor Who.
the old Doctor. Now it's basically like just his like body language, his stance. It's pretty much he represents Doctors 1 through 9 essentially.
Isn't it weird that he has very modern hair for a very old man?
I mean,
He almost has a faux hawk.
he's got. Did you see like the pictures of like on the set? John Hurt's like in his jacket. He's like wearing the little cap and everything.
Yeah.
Like he's just like it's. I don't know. I mean, maybe the doctors don't control how their hair looks in each regeneration.
You can change your hair.
Not during the regeneration.
I don't think he pops out with a faux hawk and is like, "I'll keep this."
The 10th Doctor kind of had a faux hawk.
But he's young and hip. That was the whole point. This guy's like 90.
John Hurt's like 80.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's weird. Why? What is the significance of John Hurt of all people? Though?
He's a great actor,
Okay, but just
and they wanted someone famous. Like that's.
Yeah, I guess that's it. He's the most famous, without question, the most famous actor to ever play the Doctor.
Yeah.
I did watch it because I knew that we were going to talk about it. I have no idea what I watched. Literally had no idea. But I do have to say...
Well, Dave, that makes one of us. Because I didn't even watch it.
Other parts you understood. There's,
Well, I know who
doctors
they
hanging
were.
out.
I know who David Tennant was. I knew who Matt Smith was and all that stuff. And
You recognize John Hurt from that movie you saw once?
that one V for Vendetta movie, or that
And
one
the
with
thousand
with
other
the alien.
Did an alien pop out of that guy's chest once?
I think so. Popped out of the doctor's chest. But it was actually like like you said, seeing them interact, David Tennant and Matt Smith, and it's like that's
They look
I
fun
I will watch a show based
together.
on that.
With them, yeah.
That 3 seconds they showed, and like
If
that
they
was
were-
really cool.
If they decide, like, well, the next season, instead of regenerating, let's have 2 old doctors traveling the world, being each other's companions.
That would be, that's amazing enough to work.
Yeah, and it would just be them getting in arguments and over whether the best. I was you once, I know. Like,
It's weird because like this may be like the the multi-Doctor story for like the next
the last one
10
for a
years.
long time.
or-
Yeah.
you have to like savor it. The next time we're like, oh, is Matt Smith the Enterprise the Doctor? David Tennant is the 10th Doctor. It might be for another 10 or
Matt
so
Smith,
years.
it will be hard because he's gonna age.
Oh, yeah, he either has no. Look back at like Series 5 Matt Smith and like current
But
day
even
Matt
look
Smith,
at-
and like he definitely aged.
But even look at David Tennant in the trailer. It's only been
Yeah.
4 years since he left Doctor Who.
you can tell he like looks like
He
current
looks
day
older.
David Smith.
He-
David Smith. I don't know. I mean, like they
They got
did Peter
married.
Davidson for like the 5th Doctor.
But that was just like a charity thing where they were like, "Oh, look at you, you're fat," and like they mocked him for being old and fat.
Oh.
Like,
That was pretty funny.
I don't know. Okay, maybe. All right, fine. Then I guess maybe it is the end of the 11th Doctor forever in the 10th Doctor.
yeah, I don't. I could see him coming back, but it will be a thing. It'll be a thing. Like he,
It won't just be like any random appearance. It'll have to be like a special occasion.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I mean, they revamped or they reprised the joke from the 3 Doctors
yeah.
with Tennant like looking around the new TARDIS and being like, "Oh, you're redecorated." I don't like it. Yeah, and just Matt Smith's face just sells it. Just like the utter like, how dare you?
He's like, oh, aw.
Like he was so happy when he noticed he redecorated, and he was just so let down. It was man.
I liked how Matt Smith was like, I kind of remember all
Oh, he's
this.
like, I remember this. I almost remember this.
God. But no, just like it all looks good and like
It's I almost don't care about John Hurt or the Time War.
I care because I just want to see where they're going with all of this.
I mean, it's gonna be about the Time War. It's
Yeah.
gonna be about the button is clearly the button that
the
ignites
moments, like
yeah.
it wasn't even. They actually did mention the moment before the 50th anniversary, like in
All
like
the
Doctor
time.
Who comics. Like the moment was the thing that created the time lock and
Yeah,
everything.
they've mentioned it many times.
I kind of like the Time War, like being unseen and ambiguous. Like
very much.
it painted more of the imagination of what really went down.
Uh,
And I was like the idea was the 8th Doctor who like did all
well,
this
and the
stuff.
problem is that no matter how you sell them, the Daleks are silly. Like,
Yeah, those
like,
popped up. I was
like they're scary. They're a good idea and they're fun idea and they're the Nazis of space, but they're silly when you see them flying around shooting, going exterminate. Like they're not that threatening.
the only time a Dalek was ever like scary, maybe not scary, but just like threatening was like the episode Dalek, and that was only the one Dalek
Yeah.
showing up, and like
Yeah.
that one Dalek was scary.
It was like a Frankenstein.
Yeah,
So what are these things?
They're Nazis of space.
They're trash cans with guns on them.
Yes, you got it. You know, they're pepper pots.
This
as
guy
they're referred to.
Davros, who is
They're great
Hitler
pepper
meets
pots.
Stephen Hawking, created these tentacle
That's
cyclops
mean.
monsters.
Just because he's in a wheelchair thing.
Wait, can you think of a better? Is that not a fair comparison?
You can just say Hitler.
He's trying to paint
plus Stephen Hawking
You
equals
just say
Davros.
Hitler. You don't need to make Stephen Hawking
Okay,
feel bad.
Okay, Hitler in space. Jesus Christ.
Hitler in a wheelchair.
So
in space.
This guy Davros created these like tentacled cyclop monsters called the Daleks, who have the mentality of the Nazis that they're the superior race, every other race must be destroyed, and put the little tentacle Daleks into these armors, like
super advanced.
yes, with like the
It's Captain Pike with Hitler's brain, but original series Captain Pike with a giant gun coming out of his black thing.
Okay, that's a better picture. Now I know what to
Wow.
go
Well,
off
he
of,
looks
actually.
he looks all fucked up too.
All right, so there's organic beings in these.
Inside them.
yes,
yeah.
the
And they
Daleks
just-
aren't robots; they're actually little tentacle monsters
They have,
that
and
live
they
in
have
robots.
like they take out all the feelings except like hate and like
Yeah,
hate
Joy
and other
shit
hate.
like that.
Like they just hate. They're
Okay.
just little things of hate.
I hate.
Yeah.
Exterminate.
Yeah, they just want to exterminate everyone, and they're the major rivals of the Time Lords, which are the Doctor's people.
Cool.
And they go to war, and the Doctor at some point kills everybody.
Because the Time Lords had become just as bad as the Daleks by that point.
Yeah, during the war, the Time Lords go crazy. Like, originally, Time Lords were just ancient beings that watched. They watched the whole universe. They never interacted.
Before they were just douchebags, and then by the Time War, they
they
elevated.
became
to-
savages in
Yeah.
war. Like, they were ready to destroy the entire universe, all reality, to end the Time War.
Cool.
So the Doctor
Yeah.
was like, I'll kill two.
And this is
races."
like a major moment of angst for the Doctor. Like the 9th and 10th Doctor, especially, there was a major factor in like that. Their Doctor's like depression, like I don't deserve like happiness because I killed off my family and everything in my home
Well, yeah,
planet.
So-
the
so-
entire race.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so wait a minute.
This is Davros.
Okay, you were right on the money. But all right. So there's other Time Lords.
Yeah,
Are they
so-
also called the Doctors?
No,
No,
time.
no.
Think about
The Doctor's a title.
yeah. The Time Lords choose their own title. There are also other Time Lords. Like for example, there's the Master and the Rani and Romana
And
Okay.
the Corsair.
and of course the
From Never
Razal.
City.
And how many are there? There's a
There
bunch of
used
them.
to be a whole,
There's a whole
like,
planet.
planet of them. Then it got
They're a
destroyed.
race.
Now there is only
And the Doctor
One-
killed all of them.
Well, he basically blew up. He basically destroyed the Time Lords and the Daleks in one. Like that was the only way to end the
Yeah.
whole war.
but there's Daleks in this.
Daleks
they
came
survived.
back
Well,
because
this
Daleks
this
had come
is
back.
that war. They get pulled
They go back in time.
They
to
get
the
pulled
war.
back.
Which,
in the
wait,
war.
how do you think they do that? Though?
Because it's supposed to be time locked.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Oh,
It's just-
John
it's
Hurt
a
finds a
story,
way.
yeah.
John Hurt
Just
finds a way.
Time lock
That's
is like
my-
Doctor Who's cock lock. Like you
Yeah, basically.
It's the
Well,
chastity
it
belt
was their
of
way
the-
of being like, why wouldn't you just go back in time and stop everything?
it's like why don't you
You're
just
a time
go?
machine.
Why don't you just go back to 1930 New York, live out 10 years, then meet up with Amy and Rory?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Or if you can't bring the TARDIS into New York, park it outside, walk.
Yeah.
And be like, hey guys, come outside of New York. We can get you in the TARDIS and get you home.
So do we ever meet any of these other Time Lords?
In the old series,
In the old
they
series,
do.
they were in and out. The original story was he stole the TARDIS. TARDIS is time and relative dimension and space.
Time
that
Lords
thing.
have like complete knowledge over time travel. They've mastered time travel, but it's a major law that they don't use time travel to interfere or interact with like events and people.
And
The
they barely
Doctor-
used it in general.
The Doctor said, "Fuck that! I'm tired of like sitting around like being an old man, not doing dick. So I'm gonna steal this."
He stole an old TARDIS.
The Time Lords eventually caught up with the Doctor and like, you can't do that. Say goodbye to this body. They forced him to regenerate. Then they banished him to Earth, and they made his TARDIS stop working. So the Doctor was essentially stranded on Earth for a long time. And that's what helped essentially.
And what Doctor was that?
This is the third Doctor.
Okay.
The second Doctor got like essentially executed by the Time Lords. Turned to the third Doctor. Time Lords shut down the TARDIS and banished him to Earth. And it wasn't until the third Doctor teamed up with the second and first Doctor, because the Time Lords needed his help, that they reactivated his TARDIS and he could leave Earth.
Yeah, and that was the three Doctors. That was the first big team up, which is very similar
And
to
it's
the one that's
still,
coming
even
out now.
today, it's a good episode. Like, it really holds up well after time.
You see the Doctor's bickering because he does not like himself. Apparently, Tennant and Matt Smith do, though.
Now, That's all from canon, from the 62.
Yes.
on
63.
63. I was confusing a
It came
different timeline.
down in 63, but Three Doctors was 73.
73.
Yeah, it was 10 years in.
Oh, they had that
Yeah, it
old
was the 10th
guy,
year anniversary.
and they had,
Props to William Hartnell, the first Doctor.
he was in that one.
He was on like death's door at
But
the time
he
of
was
filming.
in, but
and,
they
like,
he was only in like the
Yeah.
they had him on a TV like talking to them like he was trapped in a
Yeah.
limbo kind of thing.
And even
Well,
when he
was
was
there.
even when he
That's
was
good.
still the Doctor, Hartnell was known for like flubbing his lines and everything.
Yeah, and then they years later they did a 5 Doctors,
Yeah,
Which-
more like 3.5 Doctors.
3.5 Doctors because they recast William Hartnell with a guy that did a good job. He did a
Yeah.
good job.
He couldn't have come back.
Yeah, it was, he was long dead. It was
Yeah.
fine.
Tom
And
Baker
Tom
was kind
Baker
of
was-
a cunt about it.
Yeah, the 4th Doctor was literally the only scene he was in, which I don't. Did
It
they
was
just
like
pull an
it
older
was stock
scene?
footage from that they
Yeah,
didn't use.
it was just like him rowing a gondola somewhere
Yeah.
to be like, "Hey, he's in the show."
and Christopher Eccleston was the 6th?
Nine.
Nine.
Ninth.
The 6 Doctors
He's
were in
really
Doctor.
fat now.
Yeah, that is what got Doctor Who canceled in the 80s. The 6th
Yeah,
Doctor.
he's the doctor that most people.
It wasn't the actor's
Was
fault.
it bad?
Yes,
The costume was bad. The personality was very.
they made it. They turned it from
abrasive.
a show that was geared towards kids to a kids show.
Does anything that happens in that series, that run, still hold up to today?
Bits and
I mean, there's
Is there
always-
canon? Is-
Oh, it's
No,
all
it's canon,
canon.
yeah.
It's,
It's
still
still
happening.
Like it's the 11th Doctor, and there have been 10 Doctors before him, including the classic Doctors.
And every once in a while they'll reference stuff. Everything that's happened since 1963, unless something has been changed because, like, hey, the Doctor reset the universe, or
yeah,
which tends
like
to happen.
his library card, like he's still the first Doctor on his
Oh
library
yeah, he
card.
hasn't
That's
moved his
right.
library card because in 900 years.
Nice.
But yeah, everything that happens still happened.
Yeah.
That's why I like it because it's
It's a lot of continuity.
Yeah,
it's all got.
It's
But the
a
thing,
lot of.
But the thing that's cool is you can watch from 2005 forward and ignore everything else. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing that relies on you knowing.
So you don't have to worry about what happened to
No.
the 7th and all
They'll,
these
they'll
other-
tell you if
Not
if
unless-
you need information, they'll tell you.
Unless it's like major status quo altering stuff, like a companion leaves or a Doctor regenerates or like
but you
this
even don't
person
need
dies.
that. Yeah, you don't even need to know those.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like you can still do that, but
The only thing that ever really came up that was like an in joke with the old one that they didn't explain was Sarah Jane.
oh yeah. What about Sarah Jane?
Like that she was like she was the third and fourth Doctor's companion.
Yeah.
Then she comes and becomes kind of a character in
Yeah.
the 10th Doctor's run.
So now they always have like these 10-year kind of
They
anniversary.
usually do an
things.
anniversary every 10 or so years.
I don't know. Do they ever?
The 73 was the 10th anniversary. The 5 Doctors was the 20th anniversary.
Oh, I thought
They tried.
25th.
Did you see that like god awful like bad 90, which should have been awesome because it had all the
Wait, when
classic
they were all
Doctors.
running back at like they were all like
Yeah.
in this weird little market for some reason.
But yeah, and then like from 86 to 96, it was
Nothing.
Doctor Who was canceled, so no anniversary specials. Then from 96 to 2005, it was canceled, so no anniversary specials. And then did a little thing with the 10th Doctor and the 5th Doctor in like 2007, and the Day of the Doctor is the first major like multiple Doctor story since probably 1983.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, 1996 to be mentioned. There was a movie and it was awful. They tried to revamp.
You know,
Doctor
is that
Who
movie
for an
you know,
American
and
audience.
Fox, the greatest
Oh.
television studio of all time.
Oh yeah, I did.
Eric
They were
Roberts
gonna do
played the
Doctor Who.
Master. He played the enemy, the villain in the movie.
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts was the villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Oh yeah, the studio's like, we need somebody.
well. They were
big.
gonna. They were going to. If
Eric
this was a
Roberts.
success, they were gonna revamp it and do an American. This was gonna be the new Doctor
Yeah.
Who, and it was gonna be in America, and everything was gonna be awesome. The 7th Doctor literally dies by being gunned down by a Chinese
Yeah,
gang in
it's
San
like-
Francisco.
It's like the second he walks out into like 1990s New York.
Yeah,
you
he
get
walks
this-
out of the TARDIS and gets shot by a
Here
bunch of
comes like
gangbangers.
this nice like comical like British.
No, wait, no, you're kidding.
I will literally
This is
pull
not
up
a
this
joke.
video.
Yeah, here comes the 7th Doctor, and the 7th Doctor's like this old, like this nice, like jovial little old man, decked out like an old school British professor, and then he steps out of his TARDIS for a second, and he's gunned down by Chinese punks. And his
No.
and there's like a webpage. There's like a page on Wikipedia that shows like all of the doctors, each version, their last words before they regenerate. The 7th Doctor's last words are "Ah." Like, I swear to God, that's what they list as his last words.
Oh my god!
Wait, that's how that series ends?
That's how that 7th
Well,
Doctor.
no, the 7th
ends.
Doctor, he regenerates into the 8th Doctor in the movie. And the movie's about the 8th Doctor.
Oh, wait, in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the
like a
movie's
guy
canon?
who technically the last Doctor in the
Yeah.
like in the decades running show gets gunned down by a bunch of Chinese.
The second,
gangsters.
the second most undignified death of the Doctor. The first one was the 6th Doctor who bumped his head and then regenerated.
Well, he got fired. So
Yeah.
This just you were really selling me on this whole thing, and then all of a sudden
It
it just
rocks,
hit this
man.
huge roadblock where
No, this-
oh well, he just kind of bumped his head and left.
this movie is almost awesome because it's so
Almost.
bad.
Yeah.
But it's canon.
It's
Sort of.
well,
Yeah, they
there
don't-
are
they-
parts that are
they've
not
never-
canon.
Yeah, because like they say he's half human, and like there's points that just don't make sense.
if the
It can't be like half.
if the
canon. It's gonna
pilot
be-
got
well,
picked up, they were gonna make the Master like the Doctor's secret brother. They were legit.
Yeah,
Gonna do
I would
that.
say if anything's not canon, it's this movie.
okay.
It'd be weird if the show got picked up. We would have a completely different Doctor Who.
We probably would have no Doctor Who. It would probably
But then-
get canceled.
Yeah.
But so the movie starts off with him getting gunned down, and then it starts with an 8th Doctor.
Yeah.
And then that moves on to the television
Which is
series?
9 years
No.
later. Which, it's interesting. The television series of 2005 started off already with like new instead of showing the old Doctor regenerating to the new Doctor, or you start off with the new Doctor, which is a good idea. Instead of the movie, which had like a Doctor that people had like gotten used to and grown fond of, getting gunned down like unceremoniously, then turning to like, who's this new guy now? Like I want the old guy back.
Oh, wait, so you're saying, okay, so the 7th Doctor, he had a TV series, then they did a movie.
The 7th Doctor had a TV series. The TV series got canceled.
Okay.
7 years later, they made the movie. The 7th
With
Doctor.
him.
Yes.
Okay, and then
For,
he
like,
died by the
minutes.
Chinese mafia.
Yes.
And then I can't even say that with a
I
straight
can't find
face.
the video. I used to, I've watched this so many times. I
Just
can't
find
the
7th
video.
Doctor regeneration.
I have.
But-
It just keeps showing him at the like in this on the surgery table.
You can show him the
But-
surgery. That's technically what kills him, though. Like the shitty doctors, like knowing how Time Lord works.
But the 8th Doctor's in the movie. Does that person come to
Nope.
do like
Just the movie.
just the movie?
He does a lot of
Yeah.
like audio novels, like they use his voice. But Paul McGann is the opposite. Is pretty much like the photo negative of Christopher Eccleston. Like
He
Chris-
wants to be involved, and they
Yeah.
won't let him.
Christopher Eccleston is the doctor that people want back, but Christopher Eccleston's like, nah, I
No,
don't want a
never
doctor. Paul
Does-
McGann's
does he hate it?
what?
Does he hate it?
He thinks
He's
it's
just not
beneath him.
interested.
Yeah.
He should be.
He's
just-
sort of like the Kevin Conroy.
He's
Doctor
just
Who.
indifferent towards it, you know? It's not like he dislikes, he's just indifferent towards it.
He also claims that he doesn't go back to characters once he's done with them.
Whatever.
This is why he was in G.I. Joe too, I guess, but you know. But,
I don't think anybody
Among
wanted
other
to do
reasons.
it. Yeah. But no, you're saying with Paul McGann or whatever that.
I mean, like, he's a good actor from what I've seen, and like but the thing is, like, he wants to be the Doctor, the 8th Doctor again. He's like sitting. Keep having this image of him like sitting by a telephone waiting for them to call, but like they're not gonna call him. Like Paul, it's been like almost 20 years. It's been 4 Doctors since you're Doctor. You have to move on.
Yeah. I had a chance to meet him a while
Is
back.
he nice.
I know I didn't meet him because I was like
right.
I didn't see any of his work, so I kind of felt stupid going to him.
So
Did
apparently
you-
had one
Did you think he
word.
was gonna quiz you?
No, I just would have felt ridiculous.
It's
Like,
really easy to meet Colin Baker. Apparently, like anybody can fucking just like.
Well, he
meet
goes to
Colin.
all the conventions.
Yeah, he does.
The
He does
Sixth
go to
Doctor.
all the conventions.
And he looks like the guy that ate the Sixth Doctor.
no, but Pat,
He's giant.
Who's the guy with the weird scarf?
That's Tom
That's
Baker.
Tom
And
Baker.
Tom
That's Tom
Baker
Baker.
today looks like Tom Baker's great grandfather.
But to be fair, that was 40 years
I know.
ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was the Doctor.
But I was about to say, yeah, no.
He was the Christopher Eccleston of his day, like not giving. A
But he
shit.
did it for 7
That's
years.
true. So he couldn't have been the Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the Doctor for 7 years.
Yeah.
And that's the one that people hate the most.
no, they don't hate
No,
it.
they loved him.
Yeah, they loved him the most.
Then who was the 5th one you were saying?
The 6th one.
The 6th one is pretty
Yeah.
much.
I thought you
the
said he was
spot.
the 6th one.
No, the 4th one, Tom Baker is
Like you said the 6th one.
Okay.
that's
Colin Baker.
Oh yeah, the
No
two
relation,
different
by
guys
the
with the
way.
last name.
No relation.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. All right.
Yeah,
That was
we
obviously-
forgot about that.
Colin Baker, 6th Doctor. Tom Baker, 4th Doctor.
Okay.
It's England. They only have 5 last names.
Baker
and they only have
and Basil.
and they only have a limited amount of people, so we get to the point that the 10th Doctor is married to the 5th Doctor's daughter, and who played the Doctor's daughter in an episode. She played his own daughter,
Okay, this is getting like too
and her
confusing.
father is the 5th Doctor.
It's really weird.
Here's the 4th Doctor when he played the role. Here's approximately what it looks like now.
Wow.
Would you like a
Again.
jelly, baby?
Like a jelly baby.
Again, 40 years. It's,
I know.
Yeah.
But
It's a transformation. He
Uh-huh.
regenerated.
he did.
He definitely did.
That Doctor, the 4th
Into a
Doctor,
sheep.
died by like falling to his death. Essentially, like he fell off like a skyscraper, and the
Okay,
fall killed him.
All right. So, what was the best death? And well, I already know who the worst death is.
Yeah.
But okay,
Well,
what's
I
the
mean,
second
the 7th
worst?
is kind of the best in a
How-
way, because you never
how
expected
ridiculous
it.
it is.
Well, then who's?
I think
like,
the
worst?
9th Doctor had the best death. 10th Doctor had the saddest death. 9th Doctor
Yeah,
had the
like
best
it literally,
death.
he's literally like cries for
That-
like a tear goes down. He goes, I don't want to go.
This is the 10th Doctor. The
That's
10th Doctor.
that's Tennant.
David
Yeah.
Tennant, yeah.
And Eccleston, how did he die?
He died by essentially saving Rose's life because Rose had absorbed the TARDIS's energy to become pretty much God, and she saved the day. But now the energy was killing her, so the Doctor kissed her and absorbed the energy from her. But now the energy was killing him, so to get rid of the energy and keep himself from dying at the same time, the 9th Doctor regenerates, and like as he's doing it, like it shows that the 9th Doctor has changed from the original 9th Doctor. Now he's much more happier having met Rose, and he's not afraid of regenerating, and he leaves with a smile saying, yeah, we were awesome, weren't we? Instead of the 10th Doctor being all like crying about it and everything.
Like an emo.
Well, he literally, but early in the episode, he talks to an old man, the greatest Doctor Who companion of all time, Wilfred Mott. He talks about how like
with Elijah Wood.
cool. He talks to a large man in a dog suit, saying how when you regenerate, even if you like, he's talking about how he can die, like, cause he's like, oh, I heard your people can change your shape, or you don't die. He's like, well, we can still die, and even if you regenerate, basically die, you're gone, and somebody else, another man walks, saunters off in the TARDIS, but you're dead.
Yeah, that was one of the
Question.
things. What was that?
Question. They said it was like you can only do 12 times.
Yeah. Well, I think Steve Moffat could reconfirm it was only 12
Because
times.
Neil Gaiman said some
He
weird
said-
explanation.
I don't
about
know.
You
the
have
whole
13
thing.
lives, 12 regenerations. But there's always a way around it. The Master has used his up like 1,000 times, and now there's no more Time Lords to
Because like
monitor
Neil
the whole
Gaiman
thing.
says, like he could break it. It's just there's going to be consequences. That's what I remember. He had like a whole letter. Or
And
something.
Steve Moffat is going by the 12 regenerations because this is going to mean Matt Smith is the 12th Doctor going to the last Doctor, the 13th technically. So he's doing it for a plot line. He could have been like, oh, that was in the old days. Now they have new rules because there's no more Time Lords, and he's in charge of his own thing, and But he's doing it because it's gonna make a cool plot line.
Yeah.
It'd be like, if he dies this time, he's dead.
I read that
He's
like
dead for free.
Steve Moffat said that like they're like toying with a theory for why like the Doctor chooses like the form like Colin Baker was on Doctor Who before he was the 6th Doctor, and
Mhm.
Peter Capaldi was on Doctor Who before he was the 12th Doctor, and like they're toying.
Was anybody else like David Tennant the same thing?
No. But a lot of like background, a lot of like the companions. And
Yeah,
stuff,
or, like, background characters and everything.
characters in the later. But yeah, I've heard that too. Like he, like in his subconscious.
They
he
didn't
pulls
say
a
what it
form
is. They
out.
said they have like an idea for like why this happens, and just to see like where they would go, like that would be interesting.
Well, because the thing is, like, I think Colin Baker was like a background character. Or
He was a
something.
background Time Lord.
Yeah, but Peter Capaldi was a main character of an episode.
Yeah.
So it's a little weird because, like, he was in. They did a Pompeii episode, and he was like the main, like the dad of the family
Yeah.
in Pompeii.
Yeah,
they
because
saved in the end.
Pompeii is populated by like white British people.
Yeah. Don't they even make a joke about that in the episode?
They make a joke about like the translator. They don't make a joke.
I think
about
they make a joke about the white people.
I guess.
watch, they bring that back when he regenerates. It's like, were you in Pompeii? It's like, maybe.
Who's gonna say that to him?
I don't know. Somebody's going to
He's
say
gonna
that.
look in the mirror and be like, "Were you in Pompeii?"
Out of everything you've described to me right now, I would not be the least bit shocked if you came on.
Oh, he just
did
talks
you hear that?
to himself. I think they need a doctor who just talks to himself. They all kind of do, but that's the point of the companion has sort of been established that
Yeah.
the doctor just needs someone to talk at,
It's
or else
like-
he feels silly.
The companion also keeps the doctor grounded so he doesn't get all megalomaniacal and everything, you know?
Well, yeah.
When he's by himself, he's like, Time Lord victorious, I am the Time
That
Lord.
only happened once.
Was there always a
Big
companion?
occurrence.
Always.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been
Companion.
once or twice that but they do it on purpose to send him out without a companion because you see how he reacts.
Yeah.
But the companion is the viewer's way in because they're all
They
human.
ask people
They ask all the
avatars.
questions the audience would
Yeah,
ask.
they're all human. They're all it's,
Usually a young female.
Yeah.
Has there been a male? Because I know
There's been
it's-
a male here and there.
now with the old shows, they had the same thing. The companion.
Yeah.
Well, no, the original one were two school teachers,
Yeah.
a guy and a girl, and the doctor.
It's actually started off as an educational show. The companions were like teachers because it was going to have them chat with the doctor, and when they go to like historical time, be like, oh yeah, this is like the Old West. Where like blah
and
blah
they
blah.
did the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had the doctor's granddaughter, who seemingly never got brought up again after she disappeared.
Well, she
Yeah.
got brought up. They just don't really know what to like do
Yeah.
with the fact that he's a granddaughter.
Not anymore. He doesn't. After he killed all of them.
Oh god. But
This sounds fucking complicated.
It is, but
Like, how
it's
many,
complicated in the best way.
it is. It's a good kind of complicated.
And eventually, you get to the point where they know how complicated it is, and they just go,
They like make fun of it.
"Yeah, it's all just wibbly wobbly, timey wimey," and they just
Yeah.
move on. Like it's basically that's their mantra for like, "It's crazy, move on." Like, whenever
Moving
things
forward.
whenever things get too complicated, they're like, who cares?"
Every time, like, I was trying to get, like, my friends, like, into Doctor Who, and I'm trying to get, like, new people in Doctor Who, I always tell them, like, I know this might be against the things, but, like, sometimes you can't watch Doctor Who, like, front to back. You have to watch, like, the right episodes to, like, get people into Doctor Who. Because, like, there are some bad episodes of Doctor Who that could turn, if it's the first episode the person will watch, it'll turn them off. If, like, you tune them into, like, say, Blink, or the Blink and Girl with the Fireplace in 11th Hour are the best starter episodes for any new person
Every
in Doctor
single
Who.
person I've ever told to watch Doctor Who, I say, ignore. I know the first episode's bad. It's not a good episode. Even the second one's not really good. Just hang on to like 4 or 5.
Just
It's
bring them to the
fine.
good episodes. Just bring them
For which one? The old ones?
No, the new one,
one.
2005. The first 3 episodes are pretty awful.
There's some bad episodes, but there are also some really good episodes too.
Well, once you get to Dalek, it's all
Oh,
smooth sailing. It's
Uh-huh.
unbelievable once you get to Dalek.
It's
And then
fun.
You run into Captain.
It's
Captain
funny
Jack
because
as well.
the Doctor
Johnny Depp?
No, not that Captain Jack.
We
The other
were,
Captain
we were
Jack.
talking about how like the Doctor has always had like a female companion, and like in the old series, like back when Doctor Who was first around, they were getting used to the idea of like this adult man traveling with this young girl. The producers were like, we have to make it clear to the audience that there's no like romantic affair going on between these two characters. So the Doctor was forbidden from let alone like putting his hand on the shoulder of like his girl companion and everything to indicate there's no romantic, relationship between Doctor and companion. Fast forward to the new Doctor Who series.
Pretty much everyone except Donna.
Yeah, pretty much everyone except Donna. There's either been like the companion either wants to fuck the Doctor, or like the Doctor is oblivious to it, or like
Is there
Because they're young and good looking now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they were weird and old.
It got to the point where, like, the 10th Doctor, when inviting Donna to be his companion, was like, look, if you're going to be my companion, please don't fall in love with me.
Well,
I can't deal with
They
that
actually
right
had a pretty good moment where he was just like, I just want a mate. And she takes that as, I want to mate. And she's
Yeah.
like, well, you're not mating with me. He's like, no, I want a mate. Like, a friend.
Oh, my God. British slang. Damn, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the 50th anniversary. It's in less than 2 weeks, and
less than 2 weeks?
we've waited like what, 6 months or whatever.
I've waited all my life.
Oh yeah.
My
you went to
body is
Doctor
ready.
Who after I got into Doctor Who.
You didn't. That's not even true.
It
You would
is
watch
true.
a couple episodes,
Here we
read
go.
the Wikipedia page about it, I got into it and I marathoned that
I
shit from
specifically
beginning to end.
remember you had a Facebook status about Doctor Who, and it's like, oh, I didn't know Kyle was into Doctor Who, and I wrote, I didn't know you were into Doctor Who, and you're like, yeah, I fucking love Doctor Who.
Yes, I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm saying I finished that before you did.
Oh, whatever. I'm sorry I didn't watch Love and Monsters 5 times like you did, but
I've seen that once.
that's all I need.
that is an awful episode.
That's a bad episode.
There's an episode where it's about like a fan club of the Doctor.
It's making fun of like the Doctor Who fan base, pretty much.
But it's like barely has to do with the Doctor. It's awful.
Yeah.
There's that, and there's
Did you ever watch Buffy when you were like younger?
No, hang on. What's the episode in season 4? Where Midnight.
Yeah, Midnight.
I've
That was
only
a good
seen-
episode.
I've only seen Midnight once because it bugged me.
It's a good episode.
It's good. It is disturbing. There's something like guttural about it that I did not want to watch again.
It was like an
No,
old Twilight Zone episode.
It really was.
It was the nature of humanity to eventually fall back on their animalistic instincts.
Yeah,
kind of
it was
thing.
like the Doctor was on a tour of a diamond planet.
It's like a deconstruction of the Doctor's usual MO and everything.
And it's basically sort of like there's something outside of the bus thing they're on.
Yeah, weird
And
bus thing.
you see everyone sort of break down because it sort of takes someone over and they don't know who it is. Like it's very Twilight Zone.
No, it's really not that scary because of all the things
I
the Doctor's faced. I mean, what
I think
could-
that was easily the scariest.
it was, yeah.
Just because it was
outsmarting the Doctor.
it was a psychology. Yeah, he like lost. Like
Unless that flight attendant stepped in, the Doctor would have gotten
they
thrown
just
out.
thrown him out onto the diamond planet where he like burned instantly or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this was what, Doctor?
The 10th Doctor.
Oh.
This was actually a pretty goddamn like.
This is like one of the 10th Doctor's most famous episodes, too.
I still have only seen it once. I don't like it.
I love it. That's a
I-
good episode.
No, I mean it's a fantastic
Yeah,
episode, but
it's
it
just
it hit
scary.
me in the wrong way that I'm like I don't want to see that
Yeah,
again.
it's disturbing.
You guys are making me want to watch old Star Trek and Twilight Zone now. For some reason. Diamond Planets, Twilight Zone, Smoke Monster. Throw Lost in there.
Oh, fuck Lost.
Mechanical
Lost.
things that beep.
Pike in a chair.
He fights the devil too, if that
Oh, that
might
was
spark your
weird.
interest.
It's actual Satan.
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, no, it might. Be. They never say
It's
it's
real
Satan.
live imitation Satan.
Oh.
No, they never
It's like
say it's
imitation
Satan. They
crab.
say like this is the thing that people base their devil images off of.
It's not Peter Fonda, is it?
Yeah. It is, actually.
Oh God! You almost have it
It's
there.
implied that the Doctor's Jesus, too. No.
Oh yeah. Well,
Fuck,
well, he implied he was Santa Claus once.
Well,
that
yeah.
okay?
Well, remember
Jesus,
on the,
no.
Yeah, red
with
bicycle
Rose?
when you're
Yeah.
11. That could have just been him messing around with time travel.
But then he also says he knows Santa Claus once.
Probably.
He goes Father Christmas, Santa Claus, or as I call him, Jeff, and then just kind of moves along with this story.
Yeah, he hung out with Santa Claus and Frank Sinatra once.
Yeah,
Of all the people. For him and Frank Sinatra and Santa Claus.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Doctor, who was he? He had sex with one of the queens, right? Like good queen.
Beth.
Yeah, good queen Beth. And he was like, oh, like the name doesn't really apply anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, dude.
So
Doctor
there's
has-
Christmas episodes, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
there's always-
on Christmas. That's like a British thing.
Yeah,
Doing like
they
that
really
around
like
the
Christmas over
special.
there in the UK.
Even the when it was canceled, did they?
Oh,
do
no,
that?
no,
no.
It's actually more of a thing now. It
Yeah.
wasn't
More now.
Like, it's the Christmas, but it's like a legit thing of the Doctor Who show, the Christmas special.
And London almost always gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They even make a joke about it.
Merry Christmas.
In one of the Christmas specials, they go down to he's on the space Titanic.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah, they-
No, I saw that
Really?
with what was her
The
name?
angel.
Kylie Minogue.
was
Yeah.
was the I guess companion for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some asshole like space
Yeah.
freighter guy names his boat the Titanic.
Yeah.
But they go down to Earth like all these alien people, and there's no one in London, and the Doctor's like, it's Christmas. Why is there anyone in London? And he sees the one guy. He's like, where is everybody? He's like,
Wilfred, that's Wilfred.
Yeah, it is Wilfred. The first time you see him, he's like, it's London at Christmas. Everyone ran away. Like you know, aliens keep attacking on Christmas.
Now, wasn't there supposed to be a thing, like a joke, where David Tennant was supposed to show up during the Olympics in the British thing? And they didn't let him do it.
They go to the 2012 Olympics in one of the episodes, and he runs the torch.
Yeah.
So
They should have did that.
They gave Matt Smith he ran a little bit of the torch.
No, that's...
You ran like a mile before you gave it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he didn't run long enough. How long did you run with the torch?
At least 3 minutes.
You didn't see Pat's picture on the Mazzolini?
No, it's like this. It's just him bent over in a fetal position. Oh God.
Speaking of the Olympic torch, they're taking it to space, by the way. Just a quick side note.
What?
They did that already.
Oh, that already happened? I thought it was in the process.
Why they take it into space?
Because Russians are crazy.
It's
There's
the
no air.
torch in space!
There's no air in space. How is the flame lit?
I don't think they're gonna light it.
Well,
that would
So
seem
just
dangerous.
So there's an unlit torch just floating in like the abyss
It's
of
a
space.
symbolic gesture.
Of just a big stick flipping.
Or there's a small air tank inside the torch. I think.
Or maybe it's just fake.
I can just see like the friggin'
It was just a
torch.
cardboard cutout.
They
of
take
fire.
tissue paper.
I can see like
Paper
the,
mache torch.
the fucking unlit torch is floating in space. It bumps into like the monolith from Space Odyssey. It bumps into like the TARDIS. It, like bumps into like everything.
Stop it. Now we're just being ridiculous.
Isn't it weird that we're having the Olympics in Russia?
Are
That
we
is
doing
weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why is it weird?
I don't know. I just feel like
It's not even a real
Oh,
place
Jared
in
came back?
Russia.
They're a country.
are they really?
They are.
I mean, what is Russia really? I mean,
I feel like it's
We're
like,
discounting
it's like
Russia.
And I
having
mean, they're really good at hockey.
well, I feel like it's like having it in Nazi Germany again. I feel like we shouldn't have it in those Nazi
How is
places.
Are you from?
Hey, that was a good Olympics, that Nazi Olympics.
Yeah, all those
Yeah.
black people that got killed.
Wait, the Nazis had the Olympics that year?
You didn't know
Yeah,
this?
1938.
I
Yeah,
didn't-
they
Why
did.
would the rest of the world be okay
It
with
was in
this?
Berlin. Hitler was presiding over
I
the
didn't-
Olympics.
It wasn't like crazy point.
They killed a bunch of Jewish athletes, not black athletes. That's a different thing.
They
They
killed
won
a
a bunch.
bunch
The Germans were really pissed because black Americans were coming in and winning all the races.
Yeah, why?
Oh, that was the thing.
yeah, they were really pissed.
Why was the rest of the world okay with like the Olympics being in Nazi Germany?
Because this was before everyone decided that hey, maybe letting Hitler do whatever he wants.
oh, you
isn't
mean
the worst
before
thing.
they
Yeah.
got pissed off with the Japanese like intervening and
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah, way before that.
Oh,
Like 3 years before that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck
Just
those
a
Nazis.
smidge.
still.
But yeah, that was a fucked up Olympics. But like, we're going from China.
The London.
Well, London.
Are you saying
China and Russia are way too close together. That's all.
There's
I'm
no
saying.
pattern.
these goddamn commies?
You just can't have the same country in back-to-back years.
But China and Russia are basically the same country.
Yeah, they look exactly alike.
Oh yeah,
They're both
definitely.
scary,
They speak the
borderline.
same kind of language.
They're both scary, borderline communist nations that
They're
don't
all-
like us but kind of like us.
all black and
America is
white.
a scary, borderline, sociopathic country to other people.
Sociopathic is not a thing. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about governments.
Whatever, I gotta take a piss anyway.
Our government's pretty fucking scary too.
Yeah, it is. We're not communists.
We're just batshit insane.
Yeah, we're batshit insane. We don't have to be communists.
There's a bathroom in the basement, Pat!
You made all the
I
effort.
think that's the aim of the episode.
I think that.
That's the
That
title
just
of the
sounds like some
episode.
kind of code.
The bathrooms
In the basement. I repeat, the bathroom is in the basement.
Operation Dumbo Drop is a go.
We have a turd in the punch bowl.
Jose, you wanted to make sure he did not use that upstairs bathroom.
No, I mean, like, there was no point in going upstairs and, having the loud thunk of the steps now being on the frickin' recording.
Twice.
Yeah.
Who was the first person to do it?
Jim walking in?
Oh.
Say hello to Jim, Jared.
No. I knew Jim was here. I just assumed that, I don't know,
He teleported?
he slid down the banister.
Well, you know, Jared, not all of us could go travel through time and space and just appear wherever we want to.
Well, I feel sorry for you.
Not all of us are that talented. I have to get on an airplane like everyone else. Pay for it.
And wait through customs.
Hey, no, I get to
And
jump the
deal
line.
with the TSA.
I get to jump the line at TSA.
Oh, you lucky bastard!
Yes, I
Oh
do.
my god!
I'm convinced
So-
TSA doesn't like me.
So are you,
TSA
Jared?
doesn't like anyone.
No, but
I have a
their
small
thing.
TSA
Just a quick-
story
just
to
a-
tell
just-
you guys. Actually, when I
let
came
me
back
just say one
last
quick
time-
thing, Jared. Ever since I got my pilot's license, I'm always getting randomly screened by TSA.
It's because you look Arab.
But yeah.
I didn't want to be the one to tell you this, but when I was first starting to be friends with you, I was like, "Is he the
Well, Jose, it's because you always want to dress up like Haji when we want to go as the Johnny Quest team.
I tell you,
That kind of gives it away.
You can put the towel in your suitcase. You don't need to wrap it around your head.
My hair's always when I go to the airport. I have to.
I know
And
you
that's
shower
a
right before you
visual
go
to it.
every time, but come on.
Gotta get shit
Now,
together,
that's not
Jose.
where to keep your ruby.
Keep
But
your
tell us-
ice in your bag like a normal cat.
But you could tell us your TSA story or whatever the fuck.
Oh no, that's just it. I ever
No,
since I
Jared.
got-
No, not you,
Oh,
Jared.
sorry. I was talking to me.
God,
Okay.
Jose.
So when I came back last time,
It's
for
all
my
about you,
studio
right?
appearance-
Like fuck Jared, huh?
Okay, you're killing the joke. Continue, Jared.
Not
Okay.
letting him continue.
So when I came back, I was bringing back Kyle's books that he lent me, his Green Lantern books.
Oh, I remember
which-
not getting them.
Yeah, I'll back to you. They're sitting at my house at home. If you would like to go knock on the door and meet my parents and get them.
Hi, Jared's
so
parents. Can I have my
there was
books?
4 of them, and they were just sitting in my bag above my clothes. TSA woman pulls me aside, and they bring the drug dog over.
Oh,
And
I
they
didn't tell
open
you
it
about
up,
all the cocaine.
And
I've lining those
apparently,
books.
comic books show up as a very dense material inside, like their graph whatever thingy. I don't know. She thought it was some bio matter that I was trying to transport.
Wait,
And I
wait,
was
did
like,
you get them
"Lady-"
through?
chemical weapons.
I was like, lady, it's
Did you
comic
get them through? I
books."
need those back.
No. Apparently, there's 2 things in the world that show up the same on the TSA's X-ray
Comic
screen.
books
It's
and
chemical
nuclear
weapons
weapons.
and
And
comic books.
bricks of cocaine.
Oh, was this at good old Southwest Florida International Airport there?
This was at the lovely Fort Myers International Airport.
Let me tell you, when I was 13 years old going through TSA at that airport, they thought I was a terrorist because I had a tan and they were like a 13-year-old boy like getting wanded and like, my grandma's like thinking that they were going to take me and like strip search me. It was horrible.
Jim, I'm picturing you with a tan. You still don't look like a terrorist.
That, but when you were 13, it was what, like 2003? Yeah, that was the height of, wackiness,
Oh, yeah.
if you will.
That-
Jose
that-
never would have gotten through at that
Yeah,
point.
no. They would have tackled his ass right when he walked through the door.
Jose,
Actually,
that rhymes with Muhammad.
Well,
And
you
all
know,
Jose would have said was they were taking them away would have been Sim Salabim.
Poor Jose.
I don't know what to say at this point for that one.
Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest.
can we have a Johnny Quest group themed Halloween costume next year?
I don't.
Yeah, I'd say
Well,
you
Who is
kinda-
there? There's
you
We'll
Johnny.
see, Jim. We'll see.
There's Johnny
boy
who
can
just wore
dream.
like a black sweat, kind of dressed Johnny
Turtleneck.
Bravo-ish, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, it is Johnny Bravo.
It's in Johnny Bravo. Johnny Quest
Johnny
goes
Quest
up.
had a
Oh
long
my
sleeve
God, they
turtleneck.
have the same name, and neither one of their names are real things.
I just love, like, on that show, The Venture
Oh,
Brothers,
gee.
they have, like, a Johnny Quest type character who's, like, Johnny Quest, but now he's, like, a 4-year-old man. Now he's, the years of, like, fighting, like,
He has
frog
PTSD.
guys as a kid is, like, he's, like, all, like, messed up. He's, like, a drug addict and everything. It's funny.
Who was he? I mean, what was it? Like his dad and like his dad's friend or something were the other
Yeah.
two guys?
It was basically the Dr. Venture and Brock Sampson.
Yeah. And then their like Indian boy.
Right.
Haji. And the
Like,
dog.
how did that group come
Yeah,
together?
They stole an Indian boy. That's
Pretty
how they just
much.
came
It's
together.
their year 1 story.
I'm gonna revamp Johnny Quest for today.
They did revamp Johnny Quest, and he, like, went virtual reality and fought people, I think.
It's a flyer.
The new Johnny Quest of, like, the 90s. That was, like, legit
Of the
cartoon.
90s?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that did happen.
Yeah, man, that was a real
Yeah,
thing.
but so did Secret Squirrel, and look where that got us.
Yeah.
Secret Squirrel, the Iron Man of his day.
What's that mean?
Jose's already planning his Morocco mole.
Yeah, Jose's got the Morocco mold down.
Okay, I'm not gonna bring up some old jokes.
Now, Secret Squirrel had all like the gadgets inside his thing.
Like, were his eyes through
His hat, yeah,
that
there's
was weird. Like Morocco.
Oh, we're
ball.
getting a live action Hong Kong Phooey movie.
Thank God, it's about time.
Awesome.
Oh yeah! Wow.
I will go see that at midnight.
Hong
Yeah,
Kong
right.
Phooey, #1 super.
I saw like back when Wizard
Scatman
Magazine was
Crothers,
actually.
the song and the voice
I was gonna say,
for Hong Kong Phooey.
Scatman Crothers did that.
He did the voice of Hong Kong Phooey and the theme song.
how is that not
Yeah.
like coming up as like politically incorrect now?
What, #1 super guy?
Oh, dogfight crime good.
Well, I
We
mean,
eat dog now.
I mean, it wasn't really about Asian people. He was
I
just
know.
vaguely Asian themed.
He was like,
Vaguely.
Well, because his
Vaguely.
car was kind of Asian themed,
Right.
but he
Like
wasn't.
the
He talked
Trade
Scatman
Federation
Crothers.
is vaguely Asian themed.
Yeah.
he was like a shoe shine boy or something.
No, he worked. He was a
dog.
janitor.
So
He was a
guys, apparently this is leaked footage.
Hong Kong
Jesus
movie?
Christ.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Hong Kong Phooey is CGI. Spoiler alert.
I mean, how else did
they,
you make
didn't,
it?
they didn't get a real dog guy.
So we're still excited.
I'm a little bit excited.
I mean, let's
I'm
be
just
honest.
like-
what
I'm-
else could you do besides CGI for a Hong
more
Kong
excited
movie?
about
A fully
this than
animated
Amazing
movie.
Spider-Man 2.
They're also making a Mr. Peabody movie,
oh
that I
yeah,
heard.
Sherman and Peabody.
but
yeah.
it's by DreamWorks, so I'm
Oh.
wary. Yeah, exactly right.
But Hong Kong Phooey, almost more important than Hong Kong Phooey is his cat. Is the cat that was the crime fighter.
The what now?
Do you remember the cat that was the actual guy that solved all the crimes? Because
I
Hong Kong
vaguely-
Phooey is a
Science-
complete
was it in Science?
retard. I don't think so. He kind of looked like every cat in cartoons at the time, like that kind of like pissed off, like sort of looked like the Mugsley of cats. Do you remember
Jose
Mugsley
Jose
Mugsley.
from Wacky Races?
Yeah.
Working on
Was
it.
he the?
He
No, that was
he was
Natalie
with the Baron
Whiplash.
dude. No, but his dog, yeah. It was
Oh,
Mugsley.
that was the dog's name. Mugsley. Wow. I just remember him laughing like.
Yeah, exactly. That was sort of the same idea as the cat. They all sort of looked and acted the same. They're all sort of douches.
Wacky Races. That's another show that should remake.
That was a
with
great
current
show.
TV show.
That should
Oh,
be
okay, yeah.
movies.
What?
That
Wacky Races?
yeah, they should make epic movies about wacky
Oh,
races.
God.
That would make a great live action movie.
With fucking
Penelope
Whiplash,
Pitstop,
yeah,
and then all those
Penelope
midgets that are chasing after her.
Yeah, it's pretty much
that are like
retelling-
only there to protect her for some reason.
It's like the mafia, but they're all like midgets
Yeah,
and everything.
they're good guy mafia midgets.
good guy mafia midgets.
The good guy, the midget mafia.
Samurai pizza cats.
No, we're not doing that again.
SWAT cats.
SWAT Cats was fucking awesome.
That was a hardcore show back then.
That was like
too.
crazy, like zombies and
Yeah.
That should be.
It was pretty deep.
and they like. Did they ever establish how rich they were? Because
I don't
they just had a
know.
jet, like a fighter jet.
I didn't really focus on like the origin and wherefores of that show.
I did back then.
It's like, what's Chucky's origin from the Child's Play movies? I mean,
he was a
like-
serial killer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got like
That's
zapped.
like literally established really early.
Yeah, that's-
I know.
the first thing in the movie.
Are they remaking Chucky or something?
Oh,
No,
they just came out with a new
one.
one where like the kid is
That was
grown-
perfect unison, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. It's and the kid from the original one's in it.
And
It's
he
just
so
grown
he's
up.
got to be like 40 by now.
He's old. Yeah, that's the point.
Oh, really? He's
It's
like,
like Halloween 2 H2O.
Sort of. Yeah, I heard it's good though. The new Chucky
It's like Halloween water.
yeah.
That's
Halloween-
the new one.
Halloween H2O. Michael Myers goes Hawaiian. Beetlejuice goes
I
Hawaiian.
haven't seen
That-
movie.
Was supposed to happen, apparently.
Yeah,
Well, Beetlejuice 2 is apparently
Oh, that's
coming close to
right.
fruition.
With my
Oh yeah, I can't
With
wait.
Alec Baldwin?
You know, Michael
I don't
Keaton
know.
could
I
probably
put that
pull
in
it
the
off,
shelf
like,
with
his makeup.
Ghostbusters 3.
Well, no, they say Michael Keaton and Tim Burton want it to happen, and they're talking to people. And
Of
Tim
course,
Burton,
Michael Keaton wants it to happen.
Michael
Have
Keaton,
you
I
seen the
actually
new
kinda
RoboCop?
I kind of love Michael Keaton.
Oh, I like
Michael
Michael
Keaton
Keaton
just fine.
too.
Like I'm saying, I like him more now than when he was younger. He's just like crazy and funny.
You
and
know,
old and
Batman
things.
when he was younger.
yeah, basically.
He was pretty funny in the
You
other
like him more
guys.
now when he's not Batman.
I think he's funny. Well, I was not a big fan of that movie, but I think he's funnier now than he was in movies when he was younger.
Well,
He
what
was
else
great as
did
Ken
him
in
recently
Toy Story
besides
3.
the other guys?
He had a cameo on 30 Rock.
Yeah, he has a cameo. He like pops up in a lot of things.
So he had less of a role than Jerry Seinfeld.
What?
So, I mean, He had a cameo with Jerry Seinfeld that whole episode. doing
Oh,
something.
I just didn't hear that.
But no, I like Michael Keaton. I
Yeah.
think he's fine. I don't.
No, I was saying good things about him. Why are you guys attacking me? I'm like, I like Michael Keaton.
Well,
We're not
I
saying-
was just wondering what he's done recently
He's
to.
gonna be in RoboCop along with
encourage
like, a
his
lot
love
of
for
other people.
It made me
apparently.
kind of want to see it because there's a lot
Just
like
because of him.
no, because of him, because of Gary Oldman, because of
Samuel L. Jackson
Samuel
dressed up like Mitt
Jackson.
Romney for some reason.
yeah, who's the other
Omar.
dude? Who's the Omar from The Wire's in it? Like it like there's a lot of people I like. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't
Fucking
want.
Jay Baruchel's in it.
Oh yeah, it was mad because I didn't want to see it, and then I saw the people in it.
It just looks awful.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
Murphy doesn't get shot up by Crooks. His car just explodes. Then he's RoboCop.
Well,
That's not
I
even
think
the
there might
worst
be
of
a B between that A and C. I don't
Oh,
think his car
right.
explodes and suddenly like the
Yeah.
pieces of the car like attached to him.
Oh my god. No. No.
And now he's RoboCop.
That's like
He's a shitty Toyota Corolla.
That sounds like me as a 6-year-old coming up with like a superhero. Like John Jameson was like an average like sandwich worker until one day his car exploded and became like Auto Man or something.
Auto Man. Oh, by the way, I was watching Family Guy this week. Meg's real name was revealed.
That's right.
In a cutaway
I thought
joke.
Meg gives her real name.
Megan. Well, her friend calls her Megan, and she's like, "Why'd you call me Megan?" They're like, "That's your name." She's like, "No, Meg stands for something else." And they show like in the hospital, like Lois hands Peter the like birth certificate. It says Megan Griffin,
Yeah.
and he just like scribbles out Megan, writes Megatron, like Megatron.
Yep,
yeah, that's better.
I didn't see the episode, but I did see a picture of that.
That's funny. Megatron.
Megatron Griffin.
It's weird that Hugo Weaving, like, he loves the fact that he was Elrond and Agent Smith, but he doesn't like the fact that he was Red Skull and Megatron.
Yeah.
He said that he only took the
Red-
parts of Agent
Well,
Smith
he did
and
Megatron
Elrond.
3 times.
Yeah, Megatron 3 goddamn times.
Well, there's the voice role, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they probably.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he probably doesn't care. He probably went in and they paid him a
Yeah,
bunch
but
of money.
for 3 times.
He took 3 days out of his schedule and
Yeah.
then he left.
Record a bunch of lines.
Yeah, it's not. That's not a hard
Just
job.
like
Yeah.
you can't even tell it's him.
And he doesn't have any particularly like epic lines in those movies. Like Optimus has the, I'm Optimus Prime.
Because he has a better
Transform
voice.
and roll out.
Yeah,
I was Eeyore.
I was Eeyore.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, man, Peter Cullen was Eeyore.
Oh.
Only you would know that.
Yeah.
I
did know that.
actually did know that. That's-
I didn't. I don't know much about Peter Cullen's work, so.
I don't know much.
You can't say I'm
Or
too
the cast
familiar
of-
with his work.
Or the cast of Winnie the Pooh.
I used to think Rabbit was a girl when I was a kid. Yeah.
No, he's just.
Why would you think that?
He
He
just
did not
has
have a
something
girl
stuck
voice.
very far up his butt.
He had the really high pitched voice. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
It wasn't high.
It
very
wasn't
like
pitched at all.
Our friend Chelsea actually played Rabbit in a children's theater production of Winnie the Pooh. So,
Thank
Peter Cullen play Eeyore.
Why do I see that? Why do I see that
Peter
working
Cullen.
so well? By the way,
Yes,
kinda
he
bizarre.
came in to play.
That's
Eeyore.
how bad Peter Cullen's career was going.
We're not doing children's theater on Long Island.
I played
Pretty bad.
Megatron for 10 years.
So what happened to like Shy Spike LaBeouf at like the end of Transformers 3 that made him not be in Transformers 4? Did he like die or did he like?
Shia
he's just
LaBeouf,
not
you mean?
gonna be there.
It's Spike. He plays what's his face?
Sam Witwicky,
Yeah, Sam.
who in
Witwicky.
in G1 was nicknamed Spike by the
Oh,
Autobots.
okay.
Not Spike
Oh.
the Vampire.
You just said like Spike LaBeouf, so I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell, like that?
Yeah,
Like his name is Shia,
Mhm.
which is
Honest-
weird. I'm not gonna argue.
Honestly,
So wait, is Mark Wahlberg gonna be the focus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I'm way more into that. I don't want to see a kid riding around. I want to see some dude. I want to see Mark Wahlberg.
honestly,
I'm
I
just
just
not seeing them anymore.
Oh,
I got
I mean,
full
you're gonna
3
see
times.
'em.
I'm
gonna-
not seeing them.
You're gonna see it. Everyone sees it.
I'm
I
not
only
fucking
saw
seeing
the
it.
first Transformers. I watched bits.
I'm
and
with
pieces of it
Dave on this
all,
one.
and
I'm
I
not
was like,
seeing it.
Oh, I'll see it. I watch
Why?
because the animation's awesome. Watching robots beat the shit out of each other is awesome.
Oh right, I forgot. It's called Age of Extinction.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Transformers. Age of Ultron.
God.
They just jump into Avengers 2.
I'm gonna see it. I'm not even gonna kid myself.
Well, of course, because you're like a
really,
fan.
really.
Are you
You're
gonna
gonna see
see
it.
the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also?
I don't
April-
I
know.
will.
Don't.
With Megan Fox, April O'Neil.
I will. I love the Ninja Turtles.
They're not aliens anymore. right?
No, they're
No,
not.
they're
They're,
not.
they're turtles again.
Thank
or they're
God.
ninjas. The
Yeah.
mutants.
Oh shit, there's a release date confirmed.
They're actually teenage.
They're
Mutant
filming
Ninja
it right
Turtles.
now.
I didn't know that was a fucking release date,
They've
alright?
got Megan Fox and April O'Neil get up.
I'm talking about Transformers 4.
Oh, that I also knew they were doing.
Oh, I knew
yeah,
that-
it's this
I-
summer, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm starting. I didn't know the release date was gonna be this June.
I don't even care if it's good. If there's like, oh, it's the greatest thing, it's like, fuck you, I'm not saying it.
Let's see.
I'm not giving Michael Bay any more of my money for him
Thank
to just
you.
be an asshole.
I mean,
Like, I don't care how good
Peter
Hayden
Cullen deserves a
King is.
paycheck, and that's why I'm gonna go see the movie.
Nah, he can get a cartoon job. That's what he's used to.
They actually did.
Aren't they still making that Transformers Prime show?
Nah,
What?
Prime's been.
Prime. They canceled Prime.
I think it was just done.
I didn't even watch it, but it looks cool. It's like
It-
a continuation of
it was
the
an
Cybertron
interesting-
game, which I didn't play either, but it still looks cool.
Oh, War for Cybertron is a very great game.
Nice.
I don't know. I kind of like. I mean, I've discussed it so many times. How I liked how they reamped the Transformers Origin.
That's cool. I just hated the design of it all. They all looked stupid.
Wait, in what?
In Transformers Prime, they
Yeah.
looked awful.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was essentially a
Little
cartoony.
blocky.
It was a cartoony version of the movies for the equivalent characters.
Better than Transformers Animated, where their chins were like
That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist.
Their chins?
Wait.
Wow, that must be really bad if you didn't like it.
No, it was.
Pat, what is this? What is this Transformers anime?
That's literally the name of the series. Just quickly Google search
Well,
it.
that's not that weird. I mean,
I heard it
Batman,
was actually good. They had like references to Beast Wars.
I don't
and, like,
care. I
No,
hated
it was-
the animation style so
but-
much I refused to
But
watch it.
Transformers Prime was the same thing to me. It looked silly.
I didn't watch it either, honestly. But that was just lack of interest, to be honest.
Yeesh, must have been really bad.
No, I heard it was good actually. I just had no interest.
Yeah.
It was weird. I don't know.
I
But,
think we need, what we really need is the crossover GI Joe Transformers movie.
That would be cool.
I mean, that'd be
Because they do that in the
That'd
comics
be
every few
cool.
years.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of cartoons that I'm afraid are gonna suck, they're making a new Cartoon Network's gonna have a new Sonic the Hedgehog show, and I'm deathly afraid of it.
Oh, really?
Every time
Here we
Sonic
go.
the Hedgehog tries to have something new, it ends up sucking. I'm
No,
sorry,
no.
Jose.
Sonic X was good
Wasn't he a
in
rock
Japan.
star one time?
Oh God. No.
Didn't they?
No.
Didn't they bring? They brought classic Sonic back just so classic Sonic could help current Sonic. Like
No, I
get
think
on.
no. Sonic X
was
was a good show.
Sonic X was overall good. My biggest pisser was the voice acting, the
I thought it
English
was
voice
fine. I
acting.
thought as shows go, like revamps, I thought there was a pretty decent one.
Mhm.
Sonic is that cartoon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was an
No,
an-
it was that live
it was an
action show we
anime.
all remember.
But so okay, just to recap: Avengers Sonic the Hedgehog, weird, fucked up. Children loved it.
Well, that's the Sonic show,
Yeah.
man.
Sonic Sat
That's
AM
Chili Dog show.
is highly
believe
seen as good by the
that,
entire
that
fan
was
base.
the one with Urkel was the voice,
Urkel
right?
was-
Urkel did the voice for 3 separate Sonic
Yeah,
cartoons.
and the fan made film
and he also
Yeah.
was
with Nostalgia Critic in it. and
Yeah.
speaking
yeah,
of-
that was weird.
Sonic Underground. I don't know the general overview of it. It had Knuckles. It was the first cartoon to show Knuckles.
Now you mention it, I do know about the new Sonic cartoon. Knuckles looks weird in his silhouette.
Have you guys? Okay, you guys don't need to freaking be huge Sonic fans to know, but have you seen this picture?
Are there bunnies?
Hold up, I'll quickly pull it up. But the silhouette alone is why I'm scared. Because
I'm really worried about you, Jose.
Could be
Hey.
worse. He could be into Sonichu.
Don't remind me that even exists, please.
What is that?
I don't know. But
Oh no! We're not getting into Sonic 2.
Is
No,
this
no.
kryptonite?
no.
Oh wait, no, isn't that a
Put lead over him, Jim.
Goodness, oh my
Isn't that
god.
a 4chan thing?
It's sort of. It's like this really creepy, like autistic 30-year-old created like this character who's a hybrid of Pikachu and Sonic called
So-
Sonichu.
This sounds like some
And-
weird, like, fucked up fan fiction.
I think
Essentially, it is.
I think it sounds
And,
hilarious.
like, he just writes a lot of really badly drawn like fan art and like it just. I mean,
that
like,
guy.
not making. It's not the fact that
Why
the
are we
man.
taking it away from him?
It's not the fact that the man is autistic and like trying to do fan fiction. It's the fact that he's just very inappropriate and perverted with like all this fan fiction and like
Well,
the general behavior.
Good for that guy. I don't want to
He
see
needs
it,
to
but good for that
research that.
guy.
Speaking of funny things that are crossbred with Pikachu, Nigel Thornberry and Pikachu is probably my favorite crossbred.
Is that like Bane?
That's supposed to be Knuckles.
It's Bane.
Wow, that's a very large Knuckles.
Yeah,
I mean, I can see how it looks.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid based
Only
on the
after
silhouette.
you get all of the golden rings do you have my permission to die.
Well, there's like trillions of them, so that's not gonna work.
Well, that's good.
It's a
then.
long
time.
series.
Oh, but the thing that I fucking saw that was completely badass, as we're on the subject of Pikachu, Pokemon Origins.
Yes, I watched
Holy
Pokemon
fuck,
Origins.
that's really cool.
It's good, but they shoehorned in like the last-
everything that ever happened in the game.
It's like they follow the game
You know,
storyline
Dave,
to a T,
Dave, yeah,
and
Dave,
it's like
you
a
know
good
how
anime.
You've played Pokemon, any of them? I mean, back.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, but the original Red and Blue. You've
Yeah,
played.
yeah. I play Red and Blue, Gold.
But you know how the
Playing Soul Silver, right?
you know how the
Yeah,
show
Silver is
starts off vaguely similar to Red and Blue.
Jesus Christ! Put that away.
Shocking.
You smashing.
Eliza.
But you know how the show like starts off vaguely like the game, and then just completely has nothing to do with the game for years. This is an anime. It's 4 episodes. It does exactly what happens in the game.
Yeah.
Like to the point of when you get when Red, they even call the character Red.
Yeah.
'Cause, when he gets his first Pokemon, Professor Oak literally goes, you can give him a nickname if you want.
He's like, nah.
And then he thinks about it for a second, and he's like, no, I'm okay.
It follows the storyline of the original Red and Blue game to a T. And like when I was a kid, I used to watch the old Pokemon show. It always pissed me off that Ash never fucking caught any cool Pokemon. But like Red and Origins, he's got like Jolteon
He eventually
and
gets all of
Dodrio, and all of them.
In the end, he gets a whole.
He completes his Pokedex, which isn't fair because you got to fucking trade Haunter to get Gengar, which I could never fucking do. But anyway, it's good.
It's
the only reason they released Pokemon Origins it's publicity stunt for Pokemon X and Y because in the last episode of Origins, they shoehorned this new thing for Pokemon called Mega Evolution.
Yeah, I mean,
And they shoehorned that the fuck in there.
Wait, there's
to
only
Origins.
4
Has
episodes.
nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. And then suddenly at the end, when they're fighting Mewtwo, when he's fighting Mewtwo, Charizard
Charizard can evolve.
to Super Charizard.
It was pretty much the armored Digivolutions from Digimon for Pokemon, essentially.
I got a question. So there's 4 episodes. How long are they?
They're like 20 minutes each.
They're like,
They-
but
but
they
they establish
they
all
jump.
They skip over like some of the gym battles.
They show
too.
in little almost like a montage. Like he did this, he fought Misty, and then he did this, he
That's
fought
4 episodes.
Like the
seems
first
weird.
episode is him getting Charmander to him fighting Brock, and the second episode he's already in Lavender Town and everything.
And he does the Pokemon Tower.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They do all the PC character dialogues too. Like
Yeah.
when they're in Lavender Town, like then the woman's like, then why is there like a hand on your shoulder and everything?
Yeah, and then literally when they go to the Pokemon Center,
Yeah.
the nurse there is like, they're all fighting fit. Hope to see you again soon.
Wow.
They do it so by the book. It's so pleasing.
What is this called? Pokemon Origins?
Yeah.
And the coolest thing is none
It's
of
a
the
show?
Pokemon do the Pokemon voice. That
It's
like,
just they sound like animals.
Yeah, they don't say their names. They just growl and they make animal sounds.
Huh.
It just seems so weird to me. 4 episodes?
Yeah, it'll make sense once you see it.
It's one story. It makes much more sense than to have 1,000.
Up until the fucking Mega Evolution of Charizard.
Right? It's so weird. It's
But
so
that's-
good up until
that's
that
the
point.
end.
Yeah.
Literally the very end. He's like, I got everyone, and then they're like, well, there's another one out there, and he's like, oh shit.
Alright, then. And granted, the Mega Evolution is weird. I'm not against it. I really don't give a fuck in the end.
Venusaur's thing sucks. Blastoise goes from 2 guns to 1 gun. How is that better?
Because it's bigger.
You're limiting yourself.
And
How big it is, it's how you use it.
and
It's
maybe
how many you have.
and maybe better accuracy. But I haven't played Pokemon since Gen 1. X and Y makes me want to get a 3DS and buy the
You
franchise.
haven't played Pokemon since Red or Blue?
Yellow, to be specific.
You played
You didn't
Pokemon
play
up until
Ruby
Gold and
or
Silver
Sapphire?
because the creators said that's originally where the storyline was going
Right,
to end.
right.
And it makes sense too.
Hey,
'cause
that's
it's like,
good then. Cause that's
it's got like
what I
Red
read,
from
too.
Red and Blue.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but I haven't played the franchise since G1, and now I kind of want to go back into it because of X and Y.
You
Why?
didn't play
what
Ruby
in
or
it
Sapphire,
entices
no?
you? It just seems like Pokemon
It's
again.
finally the way I wanted to see Pokemon. Like I wanted to actually see them fight, not just the little cheesy
I
animations.
thought
Like,
that was the fun part.
nah, I didn't like
Actually, that's in Pokemon Origins. There's one point where forget who it is, but steps on the other one's head, and when he's use bite, he goes in and bites some motherfucker.
I love the part where it's the first episode and Red tries to catch the other trainer's Nidoran.
Oh my
and
god,
everything.
he
And if I was in the trailer, I'd be like, what the fuck's your problem, asshole? You're just
That's
trying to
my
steal my
Nidoran.
Pokemon. God
I
damn
don't
Yeah,
know.
that was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, I just don't have the money right now, which is why I haven't bought it, but I probably will eventually.
So what's happened with Digimon?
It doesn't
Uh,
exist
I haven't
anymore.
There actually is a new show.
That's not a thing.
I haven't watched Digimon since I was like 13.
After the second season, it went awful.
Yeah.
The second season itself was pretty.
There-
It like got.
There
way
is
more
no
lighthearted.
season other than the second one. After the second one, other than the new show.
Well, that's true. There's no, yeah.
The way I see it, from what I remember, the first season was great. The second season was too lighthearted. The third season was too dark. The fourth season was alright, and that's where I stopped watching.
Damn.
Which
Make that your next
season was it?
article.
The kids like were inside the Digimon.
What? Oh yeah, that was they didn't have Digimon. They became the.
Yeah, they
Digimon.
became which is like you missed the entire point of the show.
Yeah.
It was like monsters and people bonding.
But yeah, like I said, first season was perfect. Second season too light. Third season too dark.
I like the second season.
I really like the second season.
because I like continuity.
That ending-
Anytime there's continuity, the ending. I like prologue. I
Oh,
like
that-
epilogues.
That's right. The end
They had the
weird.
Black Mercy on them the whole time. That's what was really happening.
It wasn't Black Mercy.
Wow, Jesus Christ! That was a joke that I said. I
I
didn't.
know.
I didn't mean you guys to like go off in this tangent.
Yeah, but it was gonna
Because
happen.
10 years ago, Digimon was a good show.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. It's been 10 years ago.
Dave, we're older than we realize sometimes.
Wow.
I remember the third season premiered right before September 11th.
I don't remember that. So yeah, it was more than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
That was
I mean,
actually
don't
during
even, come
2001.
on, Yu-Gi-Oh! rocked.
Yu-Gi-Oh! was good.
For the first season,
I
like
spent
right
a-
after
I
they
spent a-
beat what's his name?
Pegasus.
Yeah.
I stopped
Pegasus.
watching when they got into like the whole dragon part, and then I stopped watching.
Oh,
after
that was late. That was fourth or fifth.
Yeah, I
season.
know. I was like,
But the first two seasons were awesome.
Yeah, they were cool.
But there was the first season, and then there was the second season where they started following the rules of the game.
Yeah. To an extent.
More.
Yeah,
The first
Yeah.
They
season-
always found some god card that got them out of the rules, though.
Yeah,
The
but
Deus
the
Ex
first season,
card.
at
was
least there was a
weird.
specific card that did it. In the first one, it was just like
You can play down any card.
they just
whenever
made
they
up
wanted.
rules. They just made up everything. Like
Launching my catapult turtle.
With
With Gaia the Dragon
Yeah, that was
Champion.
like
Gaia
the
the
big-
Castle of Darkness.
Gaia the Dragon Champion, destroying your flotation ring,
I
crushing
like-
all your other monsters.
I like original Yu-Gi-Oh! Like from the manga before they played Duel Monsters, and Yami was like this crazy
Oh my
guy who would
God.
like burn people alive.
You
and,
would
like,
stab the guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was awesome.
Play
and
like
then,
Russian roulette,
insane.
basically.
it was. Oh god.
Any other geek anime?
I really got into Cowboy Bebop a couple weeks
Well,
ago.
Cowboy Bebop.
I
is
fucking
actually
love
really
Cowboy
good.
Bebop. Yeah.
I love the soundtrack to the whole show. It's amazing. By
Yeah, just it's a.
Tank, I think.
See, it's good. It's only 26 episodes. I'm able to like download the series, watch in like a week, and then like, wow, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was
You
a fun. It was
It was
a
fun.
fun thing.
I was considering. You watch Cowboy Bebop?
When it was on, like,
No, that was
years
like a
ago.
while. Yeah. I was considering Neon Genesis Evangelion. Then I saw the ending everybody talked about, and I can see why that pissed people off. So I'm not gonna waste my time on that. But
Well, we gotta wrap things
all
up.
right,
guys.
let's wrap
Yeah.
it.
We gotta wrap.
Yeah. Hopefully next week we'll do a proper Thor review then.
All right, that's fine.
A Thor. Yeah.
By that time, they'll have the Agents of Shield that's dealing with Thor.
I mean,
is that
let's-
what
It's
it
next
aired
week.
tonight?
Yeah,
Or-
I think it's
okay.
next week.
oh, okay then.
They want to give people time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this was fun. We
It was.
chatted
Yeah,
about
yeah.
cartoons and
Yeah.
Hong Kong Fooey.
Oh, yeah,
I've
that's
never
highlight.
heard. I've known Jose a long time. I've never heard him scream like that.
Yeah.
I
Congrats.
just said Soniture, and I didn't expect him to like thug it that much.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Jim, sign us off.
That's Pikachu's mega form or whatever.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, from here
We
from
just
the
come
Just
by.
Casting Studios on the Sky Club level of Brandy's Old Fashioned Lesbian Flamingo Farm Annex here at Deer Park at the Beta Cap Townhouse. This is the members of Just Casting saying good night.
Good night.
Okay, it's fun.
Good night.
See you later.